Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on deck, Amory Castillo.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
It's Monday, Albuquerque. It's President's Day. You know what that means?
Nobody but us is working.
There's very few people working. You know how I can prove that to you, Bob?
How?
Van's not here. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I thought that was Van sitting across the table from you.
Marie's not here. Oh, okay. Marie's not here. Jake Cassio joins me in studio.
How we
Jake,
doing? Happy
welcome to the
President's Day,
show.
everybody.
Thanks for coming in, Jake.
Yeah, of course. I love doing this.
505-246-0610. Text or call the program. I have fun facts about presidents all day long, just so you guys know. Also, if you're joining us on the live stream, I have fun facts about presidents all day long. So, Sports Animal live stream is up at facebook.com/talkabq. It was the most booty weekend in the history of sports. We'll talk about that at length today because it is a choking point for me when it comes to enjoyment of this thing that we call entertainment. So that's a very shameful thing. Jake Cassio, how are you? How's your world?
Good. Let's see. What's going on with me? Went to Vegas while you guys were out there.
That was weird.
Yeah. It was out there for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Met up with Van. Had a great time out there.
Did you check into your hotel?
We did. I didn't go to bed, but
why would you?
Yeah. But my friend who was out there with
Just
me.
a kid.
Yeah.
Just a kid and excited.
Got a lot of spunk in me.
Yeah. It took me 1 full week to recover from 8 full days in Las Vegas, so I'm now recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think I was feeling regular until, no exaggeration, Saturday morning.
It probably took me about 3 days.
It was too much.
Oh,
yeah.
That's Vegas though.
No.
So where's your ideal Radio Row then? Like what would be your ideal location?
You know, the thing that was interesting about Vegas as Radio Row is it felt like it was for 1%ers. You know, It didn't feel like it was for football fan. It didn't feel like it was for that. And I didn't recognize that until Tuesday because Monday night was pretty standard opening night. That there was a lot of fans in attendance. That whole thing was cheers and jeers and it was really great. And then everything else was just priced through the roof. And it was, I'll just give you an example. You know, we're there at the Mandalay Bay, right? And you can normally sit down and play dollar blackjack hands there, you know, belly up to the bar or whatever, but they had upped everything to $5.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, isn't it though? Because that's a 500% increase.
Oh, I mean, it's awful for the gambler, not for the house.
No.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, hey, I'm about to sound like old man slow. Like every taxi was throwing on like a $10 like surplus. Before you know it, and I'm just not a nickel and dime guy. Like, don't nickel and dime your boy.
Yeah, totally.
Like, no. And if you're going to tell me the rooms are a little more expensive, cool. You know, I'll figure that out.
Yeah, it is what it is.
There was just a lot of hidden, a lot of underneath stuff that I did not care for at all. And it felt weird. You know, I'm very excited to think about New Orleans next year.
Oh, that's going to be so fun.
Could be a lot of fun, you know, and, you know, you'll have been around for over a year at this point, you know, and then we'll be talking about, you know, what kind of liability you'll be on the road. And then, you know, we could figure out some different things about it, but Marie won't be here anymore. So we'll have we'll have our fourth producer over the course of the 4 years in a row we've done this thing. And, you know, it's hard to survive this thing. So there you go. I mean, I was in on it. It was good while it lasted. It took me a whole week to recover. So my apologies to the friends of the show. They were expecting good programs last week. They did not happen. They were rough.
Well, you're back, Fred.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's President's Day, and we're going to start off with a banger today.
Oh, you want some facts?
I would love a fact.
All right. Did you know, Bob, I'm going to bring you in on this too. Do you guys know who the tallest president was?
Taft.
Not correct. Not William Taft.
Lincoln
is correct, Bob. Very good answer.
How tall was he?
Abraham Lincoln was 6'4" tall, making him, well, the tallest U.S. president. So there you go.
And Donald Trump that tall?
No, claimed.
And sports adjacent.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln only lost one wrestling match out of 300 matches.
He was a tremendous amateur wrestler.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So he's the reason why we have the WWE today.
Yeah, but not the version we know. Yeah. The first left-handed president was
No idea.
James Garfield, the 20th U.S. president. So there you guys
Okay.
go. Yeah, kind of a fun one. Millard Fillmore, who is often the brunt of president jokes, right? The 13th president. He was the first president to have a stepmother. Oh,
Huh.
who knew? Families come in all shapes and sizes, guys.
Well, yeah.
They were even dysfunctional back then.
Right?
And still.
That part is true. The only president who decided to become a medical doctor was, of course,
John F. Kennedy.
William Henry Harrison, the 9th president of these United States. Continuing on, the 18th president of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant, was given a $20 speeding ticket for doing what?
Racing down the boulevard in front of the White House.
That is correct, but he wasn't racing a car, Jake.
No.
He
A
was
horse
racing
buggy.
A horse and buggy.
Nice.
And finally, because we're going to do a bunch of these all day long, the White House's first website went online in what year?
1984.
Not correct. It's very Orwell of you.
2010.
1994.
I see. I was 10 years off.
During Bill Clinton's administration. So there's some fun facts for you guys, and we'll jump through a bunch of them throughout the course of the day because I love that stuff. I love it so much.
I think history is the most important thing out there.
I think history is the most important thing that has happened.
It's the only thing that's happened.
Let's go.
Who's your favorite president?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a great question. Because you end up in like tough ones, right? I think, revisionally, a lot of people say the second George Bush was a lot better than when he was in office.
Yeah,
And
he was just fun.
well, that's not true. He was up against it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you want to say like a lot of people can say Obama. I think a lot of people easily could say Obama, which I wouldn't argue. I think a lot because where we started to where we were, I think a lot of people in my lifetime, Clinton obviously would be one. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have favorites. I have tiers. Tiers.
Okay. My all-time is Theodore.
Why is that?
Because he didn't do any. All he did was just go out into the wilderness and fight bears and kill moose for
that's
like his
not
whole
all he did. He
presidency.
established national parks.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Well, and so I think if you're talking about that, it's probably Franklin D. Roosevelt, right? Like saved everyone.
FDR,
Yeah. Because I mean, obviously where the nation was. And if you do know your rich history, the Great Depression and Hoovervilles and all those things that were going on and the
Social Security,
Yeah.
all
the
that.
whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So and also the reason we play with term limits now. So
Yeah.
just too long. Was he president for
4.
12
3.
years?
Well, 3 terms.
Yeah,
12
so
years.
12 years. That's too long.
Well, I thought he got elected for a 4th and then died.
No.
okay.
Truman came in 45. And
Right
then,
at the end.
yeah, and the Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, obviously Lyndon B. Johnson, weird situation. Nixon, weird situation. Gerald Ford, weird situation. It didn't get regular again until Jimmy Carter, who might be the best president we've ever had, but no one ever talks about that. And then you get into the really weird stuff like Reagan and everything kind of sucked. From there
Yeah,
on.
it's all downhill from
It's all been bad. Reagan really started to screw this thing up. You can hear people say otherwise, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Economically speaking,
there.
not as great as it once was.
Well, we learned that trickle down doesn't work.
No,
Yeah.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. Got a big week for Duke City Championship Wrestling. We'll talk about that as well as we're going on the road for the first time. Everyone knows I'm an owner of that. So whenever I talk about it, I want to remind you I'm an owner of that. We're going to Clovis, though. So that's going to be a lot of fun going on the road. That's a big deal. We only have a handful of minutes here in the first segment. I just want to hit on something, and I'm not trying to be a jerk to anyone specifically. If you prefer crushed ice over cubed ice, you're not for me. You're
You mean fisheye ice?
what is fisheye ice?
The crushed ice, the little balls.
No, like when you hit the machine, like when you hit your refrigerator, that
Yeah.
has cubed ice, there's crushed ice.
Mm-hmm.
If you press crushed ice, I need you out of my life.
Fred, I don't think we can have a
You mess with
relationship.
crushed ice.
I'm a crushed ice guy.
Oh, I cannot do it.
Well, what's so bad about crushed ice?
Well, I'm drinking tea right here, right?
Yeah.
So I had to put my ice in my cup. And this just happened just moments ago. So I had to put my ice in my cup and I went to take my first drink. I'm going to do it right here on air. This is my second drink.
Live.
It's straight watered down. This ice is melted so very quickly.
But that's not crushed ice. That's regular ice cubes.
Well, because all the crushed one, because I have a mixie boy, because I had to go from crushed to full. So all the little crushed ones melted immediately. You can kind of see them like living in there, the ones that
Okay,
have survived
yeah.
a little bit. And I don't, if you're getting crushed ice, you don't actually like ice. You just like watered down drinks.
Well, I only use ice and water.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Yeah. Nothing else needs ice.
You don't put it in your teas?
No.
This is an iced tea.
I mean, like if I order a drink like at like a fast food restaurant or
Yeah.
whatever, it's coming with ice regardless. But most of the time I'll say light ice.
Well, and water is a crazy one, right? Because cold water tastes sharp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but hot water, like warm water, tastes round. And you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. How can temperature affect how it tastes, but it tastes
But
like an object?
It's a real
It's
thing.
real.
Yeah. That's why I'm anti-cold food.
You don't eat cold food?
I'm not a cold food guy.
I can eat some cold foods.
Like, ice cream and all that doesn't count. But I'm talking
Oh.
a cold slice of pizza.
No, heat
Not for
that
me.
thing up.
Yeah, I'm heating that up.
We're on
every
the same
time.
page
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Or like just like cold cheese, like string cheese. I won't mess with that.
No, I don't mind. You're talking a lot about dairy here. A lot of dairy in the diet you're describing. If I'm at like the Subway, I don't need you to burn my bread again.
Oh, toasted every time.
You toast every time.
Every time.
I stay away from that.
Yeah, I'm a toast guy.
Now you can heat. You want to heat up the meat for me? Thank you. Like I'm super in on that. But I don't trust the toaster with the bread because I think it makes burnt bread, and that bread's already kind of cakey.
See, I like the crunch. The crunch is essential.
Get lettuce. I mean, put some iceberg on there.
Yeah, but the bread is the best crunch.
Yeah, after you bake it the first time, it should have some crunch. That's what I'm saying.
Not at Subway.
I'm not into twice baked. Is all I'm trying to say. If you're gonna bake it to a toast, if it's like what's a good example? Maybe like a garlic thing or something of that nature. Okay, I'm on. But like a Sammy, no,
Yeah, I like my Sammy's hot.
no.
Yeah. Other than like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I had a deep fried PB&J the other day.
Pretty good.
Wasn't my jam.
Where are you at for this?
They made it at Green Jeans, like one of like the spots they just put like a crustable
A
in.
pop up.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they just put a crust. Did they bread it first?
They deep fried the crustable.
But did they bread it first?
Yeah.
Okay. I went out sushi the other night. They came out with Oreos covered, deep fried Oreos.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So it's like the batter that goes over the tempura or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know what word to use. And then they brought that bad boy out. That was the fryer noise that I did there. That wasn't
the grill.
no, that was the fryer. Put that thing right in my mouth. I said, thank you. Thank you for putting this in my mouth.
Was it delicious?
It was good. Oreos smack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I only like OG Oreos.
No, double stuffs are good. Mints are good.
That's a little too much. Too much filling.
There's a lot of them. And then the holiday ones are good.
The Halloween ones with the orange in the middle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that's like I don't know what that flavor is. Tangerine. I don't know what that is. But
orange.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Bob, how many years old were you before you discovered different flavored Oreos?
Probably when they first came out.
Oh, so like in your 40s?
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
funny. That's funny.
Oreos rock.
They're a top tier one.
Yeah.
And you can like customize them to any holiday. Those little holes in them where you're like,
In the middle?
well,
Well, in the cookie part.
in the
Oh
cookie
yeah,
part,
yeah.
put little toothpicks in with little flags and stuff, like 4th of July. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I've never been to a party where they offer like Oreos, like just willy-nilly like that.
You got to come to the Midwest, dude.
Yeah.
It's a simpler energy out there.
I like simple-minded folk.
Yeah. You know what we have? Weddings. You know what they have? Oreos. Not in marriage, though, because it's the Midwest. They only have them for snack.
So the big question with Oreos is, do you eat it whole or do you twist it apart and eat the filling first?
So I'm a dunk guy, so I eat it whole because I dunk.
Yeah, I don't dunk at all. I just put the whole Oreo in my mouth.
Me too.
Dry?
Dry.
Yeah.
That's savage, you two.
Yeah.
That's the best way to enjoy it, Bob. I knew I liked you.
I don't like what you guys just said.
I've never been a dunker, except for a Dunkaroo.
Yeah. Why do you want soggy cookie?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm not dipping to the point of soggy. I'm dipping to the point of penetrable. I want to be able to penetrate my cookie.
It
Do you
still
have
gets
soft
soggy.
teeth?
I have brand new teeth.
Oh
I got
yeah.
them from-
Congratulations.
Yeah.
They look great.
Got them from Scott Isham at Isham Dental proud sponsor of the program starting next month. So we're very excited about that.
Oh, free plug there.
Well, I mean, they'll eventually pay for it. They're kind of crazy, but we're going to do like soundbite of the day and stuff, Bob. So it's going to be a lot of work.
Okay.
There was a good one today.
What?
JJ Redick was dropping heat on the NBA. We'll talk about that whenever we get back. We won't play the soundbite. I'm just going to recap it.
Why not?
My Bob, if you want to pull up the soundbite, I'll send it over to you. We'll do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Actual radio production during the break. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Also, 505-246-0610. If you bought something you didn't need because of President's Day sale, call the show. I love that stuff. I got so many texts and emails today from like business. Like the Men's Warehouse should not be celebrating President's Day with an 85% off sale. Yes, they were.
It's because everybody's off work.
Yeah. What else are we going to do today?
Yeah. Go shop.
Yeah. Fred, do you want doubles Kohl's cash? Yes, I do.
I know you love that Kohl's
You
cash.
know
man.
I want doubles Kohl's cash. That's Freddie's thing. Jake Cassio in today. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. JJ Redick talk whenever we get back. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose your perfect duo from your fave 4, like a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in the combo. Single item at regular price.
No traffic right now. We do have a crash to tell you about. It's northbound on Coors at Montano Plaza, and it is causing some slowdowns in all directions there. So watch yourself if you're headed through there. And I appreciate the call on the Traffic Tracker hotline about that. Southbound on I-25 right now as you approach Montgomery. Traffic moving a little slow there. I-40 right now looks good in both directions. North of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Don't see any problems in either direction there.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The madness is coming. The madness is coming.
Ugh, you guys always ruin this. I was trying to be dramatic. The madness is coming! Oh, wow! Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game.
And it's over! This heavyweight battle is won by
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
For John's 60th birthday, his family planned to drive down Old Route 66. But the trip took a detour when his wife got sick with RSV. It's a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems and hospitalizations.
This year, we don't want to cancel our plans. We're protecting ourselves with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine.
Abrysvo, a vaccine to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. It's not for everyone and may not protect all who receive it. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had an allergic reaction to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may decrease your response. Most common side effects are tiredness, headache, injection site pain, and muscle pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com.
So don't wait. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, because every breath matters.
Nothing beats homemade. With every ingredient, there is authenticity, handcrafted to make you savor every single bite. And there is no better place to enjoy that than Frontier Restaurant, because Frontier has been perfecting their New Mexican-style homemade dishes for more than 50 years, from their delicious green chili stew and pozole to their famous breakfast burritos. Frontier thanks the UNM Sound Pack and Spirit Squads for their contribution to keeping the Lobo spirit alive. Join Frontier in supporting the UNM Lobos.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use, I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
So I'm sorry to say, I can get it to play, but I can't get the audio to come out of the computer.
I'll
work on it. I will work on it.
Bob, we can't call anyone in engineering because it's President's Day.
Well, I can call them. They may just probably won't answer.
Well, I'll do my best. Do you want me to play it through my laptop speakers or my microphone? Is that the quality entertainment we're doing? No.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Let me work on it for a couple of
Hey,
minutes.
the audio not starting on time is perfect.
This is your opportunity to practice your JJ Redick impersonation.
What, you've known me for some time now.
Yeah, since last March.
Almost a year?
Yeah, almost a year. Yeah.
I don't know a lot. I don't know when your birthday is. I don't know a lot of stuff about you.
That's okay.
But we're friends.
Yeah. My birthday was actually like 2 weeks ago.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. My brain is fully developed now.
25?
25.
There you go.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here. I can rent a car.
Van just had a birthday.
Yeah, we're birthday week twins.
Okay.
I'm the 7th. He's the 12th.
There, now you know.
I don't know your birthday though.
No, why would you?
Yeah.
Me and Taylor Swift have the same birthday.
9/11.
It's not Taylor's birthday. So JJ Redick, and I say this all the time. I said it on Sunday. So on Sunday, I'm at the house with my lady, and she's like, some dinner, some whatever. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let's just turn the All-Star game on. Cool. We'll figure everything out. Flip over 8 o'clock. Not 8 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Flip over 6 o'clock. No, okay, game's not started. Gotta be something good though, right? Like you gotta be shot. There's a reason I'm tuned in right now. It's like Reggie Miller sitting down with Dave Letterman for some reason. I'm like, what's going on here? It's like a video homage from like the 3 hottest chicks in San Antonio making fun of Charles Barkley, and you're like, oh. I'm like, okay, like here's the.
I'd watch that instead of the All-Star game.
You can find it on the internet. Shaquille O'Neal also doesn't get enough microphone time.
No,
I don't know why they're wasting his talents up there.
I think you can't give Shaquille O'Neal too much microphone time because it could go out of pocket pretty fast.
Shine too bright is what it is. So I'm like, okay, well,
I think Kenny the Jet Smith gets too much.
Oh man, he gets too much. He's nobody.
Yeah, what did he won a dunk contest and
he never even played in an All-Star game.
He was never an All-Star.
I don't think he was an All-Star. We look that up while I'm talking about this. But it's just wild to me. So 8:10, I'm like, okay, like, where's the game? 8:15, I'm like, all right, they'll go to commercial one more time. 8:30, 8:35. I keep saying 8, I mean 6. 6:40 before the All-Star game starts. Like, am I confused?
Never an All-Star.
Never. I told you.
Yeah, but 2-time champion.
I know a little bit about the NBA. That's the one I was in love with when I was a kid.
Who was your team?
When I was a kid?
Yeah, because St. Louis doesn't have a team.
No, we didn't. We had the Spirits for a long time. The Spirits are like the Albuquerque Dukes here.
Okay.
It's like that's
like
the
G League
heritage
team?
thing. No. They were an NBA team.
Oh, okay.
Well, ABA. And they're celebrated forever, right? But that wasn't mine because I was a kid. So growing up in East St. Louis, which is technically in Illinois, it was really easy to, not technically, it was actually in Illinois. It's really easy to be a Bulls fan, right? It's like really easy to be like, oh, the 90s and the Bulls, like that's the thing. But I was contrarian at the time because why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, but that's the best way to live.
Yeah. So I fell in love with guys that were similar to what I wanted to be in my position because I played a forward basketball position. So I was really a fan of like Akeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
I thought he was a real special talent. I was really a fan of Sean Kemp. So I thought he was a real special talent. I was really a fan of Patrick Ewing. I thought he was a special talent. These aren't unique ideas, right? They were all super exceptional.
Yeah. You're more a fan of the players.
Yeah, that's what it was. So at points in my childhood, Knicks real heavy. At points in my childhood, Sonics real heavy.
Okay.
Those two.
I could one. You know me, I'm a Knicks fan,
Yeah.
so I respect that. But the Sonics,
Yeah,
that's huge. Which they need to come back.
the NBA's talked about it.
Yeah,
you know
it's gonna happen. If it's gonna be Vegas and Seattle.
What I'll tell you, what's super gonna happen. Excuse me. What super helped them is that Kraken ice hockey team, because they're playing where the Supersonics used to play. That's like the I think it's called literally like Seattle Muni Building 1 or something. It's the stupidest name.
No, they just changed it. It's because Amazon owns it.
Oh, okay.
It's like the climate control building or something like that.
Well, I think it was built in the 60s is the point I'm trying to get to.
Gotcha.
And the success of that hockey team there, and like the infrastructure has come up around it, and there's a little like Kraken village of like businesses and parking. And if you've been to the two worst cities in the country right now are Portland and Seattle, it's not even close. If you've been to these places recently, you know, it's kind of tough there. It's tough to exist comfortably. And they're doing a really good job in that neck of the woods. So ironically, that hockey team is going to create opportunity for that basketball team to come back. And then they'll have to juggle schedules. It'll be a whole thing, but they'll make it work.
And then the Kraken won't be forgotten about when the Sonics come back.
I probably said crackle on accident, thinking of the glue.
The super glue?
Yeah. So I turned on the game last night, 40 minutes late. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like the game hasn't even started. And I'm like turned off by this thing. I used to date a girl that loved F1 racing. We'd wake up early in the morning because it'd be overseas or whatever. And I'd be like, okay, I'm up at 4 or whatever to turn on the thing that you love. Why don't you actually wake me up when it starts at 4:45 or whatever? That's what this felt. I was literally fired up last night. Any luck on that audio?
I had to go to a different site, but I got it.
Maybe the site was muted. That's what it could have been. Yeah, it could have been that.
I don't know. I tried
censoring JJ.
Yeah, censoring JJ. That's what the
ready?
This is JJ Redick last night or this morning on his podcast. Maybe one day. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Play button's tough. You know, and this is classic JJ Redick.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, he's honestly the best voice in basketball right
now. Shooter. I mean, what do you?
Why can't we start anything on time in the NBA? Why can't we? I'm going to sound like an old person here. If it says 8 o'clock, I don't want it to tip off at 8:42. I've already told my kids they can watch the first quarter. It's a Sunday night. Guess what? They've stayed up late like 4 straight nights because nothing starts on time in the NBA. And it's driving me crazy. And I work for a broadcast partner. Can we please just start things on time in the NBA? It's out of control. It's absolutely out of control. Why can't we start anything on time in the NBA? Why can't we? I'm going to sound like an old person here. If it says 8 o'clock, I don't want it to tip off at 8:42. I've already told my kids they can watch the first quarter. It's a Sunday night. Guess what? They've stayed up late like 4 straight nights because nothing starts on time in the NBA. And it's driving me crazy. And I work for a broadcast partner. Can we please just start things on time in the NBA? It's out of control. It's absolutely out of control.
There you have it. And that's how I feel. You know what I think it is, Jake, and you can tell me to forget myself. They just keep selling the ads.
Oh yeah. I mean, they don't get as much viewership as like NFL or any other major.
Well, hold up. You mean you're talking per game?
Yeah, per game.
Okay, because they get
even the All-Star game is down at an all-time low.
Worldwide, though, that year-long product gets more impressions. Worldwide.
Yeah.
And I don't mean US. In the US, it's NFL. But worldwide, social media outlets, accounts, plays, all that stuff, it gets more there.
Well, because the NBA is more friendly
Correct.
for people resharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 3-second, 5-second, 7-second highlight on a TikTok reel for the NBA is as entertaining as anything you'll find.
Oh, yeah. I was watching dunk contests on TikTok last night from like all of them. Like I watched every single top 50 dunk.
All time.
Yeah.
And then you were like, who's Spud Webb? And then you had to go look at it.
Hey, Spud Webb was great. Okay. There's only 2 guys under 5'9" to win the dunk contest.
Now you know.
Spud Webb and Nate Robinson.
There's one other aspect.
Oh.
Extra concession sales.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've convinced Bob, this is a good point. I think that's important for colleges. I think that's important for operating partners, OVG or whoever. I don't at all think anymore. And I was saying this with the Super Bowl last week. What are those tickets going for? 10 grand?
Yeah. Ouch. The 1% bowl.
The 1% bowl. That's a good one. I don't think at all the NBA cares about revenues from ticket sales, concessions, parking lots. They probably get some sort of the TIF money from hotels in the surrounding areas. I don't think they care about that at all. It's only about broadcast partners. The only money that matters is broadcast partners. And you're not going to make, here's a good word, concession to the building when it could in any negative way affect your TV. Because that's the only thing that matters is TV money.
Oh, yeah. Because I think attendance for NBA games is going down too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'd have to look that up.
Like the Pit has like a almost as big of a stadium as like the Hawks. And
they're all like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of these NBA teams play in 15 to 18,000 people arenas. All of them.
And maybe the
MSG.
late starts is why the attendance is going down.
Yeah, it could be. Well, and also, and this is going to sound crazy to Albuquerque, NBA teams are in big cities outside of Oklahoma City where everyone's there on time because there's nothing going on and there's no traffic and there's nothing else to do. There's 2 basketball teams in LA. You know what else there is? Beaches. You know what else there is?
Clubs.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
You know, I'm not trying to be 41 times a year at the crypto.com arena. Go do anything else in the world. Go play.
I would go to the new Clippers arena.
Sure, that'll be fun.
The wall.
You go
looks so cool.
Go one time. Cool. I was there. Like, go to Hawaii. Go to Pearl Harbor one time.
But I'll go to the Pit as many times as I can in a year.
I'm telling you, that's different. That's college.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. Because
people care.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to a Pac-10 school, Pac-12 after that, Pac-2 now, Tupac. A game at Washington State against like UCLA or UW or USC, Oregon, any of these schools come down. Arizona State was a big one. They had James Harden at the time when I was there. That's an energy. That's a different thing.
Well, the games matter so much more too. There's less games.
That's a point.
March Madness is a way bigger product than the finals and the playoffs.
Well, and we'll talk about this when we get back from the break, Bob. The NBA only has so many chances to showcase unopposed from the NFL. And if this is how you're going to start doing it, you're not doing a good job, Bob.
Yeah, because the NFL is very on time. That's like the most important thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like the games start at 11 out here, exactly on the dot. But they killed the Pro Bowl, so they're kind of winning in that aspect.
Sure. Yeah, they're winning that one. It's not the one, it's that one.
Yeah, like the Super Bowl, like it started right when it said it was going to kick off.
Oh, well, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. That same thing too, though, broadcast partners.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, gotta have this thing right. Gotta have the layout right. When we get back, we continue down the NBA road. I like talking NBA once the NFL's over because people are like, oh, I need something to get into. Well, I could do a thing where I can tell you what NBA teams are compared to NFL teams. Like I can make all the year make sense to you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do that too. At some point
the
today.
players will be like, okay, this is who Joe Burrow was.
Don't forget that we're at Sadie's on Thursday. Also, our friend Jock will join us there. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to laugh a lot on Thursday. Van and A. Marie will be back tomorrow. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join the growing team at Progressive Insurance. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Well, traffic right now. We do have crash cleanup northbound on Coors at Montano Plaza, and we are seeing slowdowns there. So do watch yourself going through there. Most everything else moving very well here in the metro. Some minor slowdowns. I-25 southbound as you approach Montgomery, but I-40 continues to move up to speed in both directions. Paseo, Alameda, Montano, those river crossings are all looking good right now.
Join Presbyterian Healthcare Foundation's Daffodil Days, presented by Garcia Automotive Group. Order your fresh cut flowers today at phs.org/daffodil days. That's phs.org/daffodil days. This report brought to you by Presbyterian Healthcare Foundation's Daffodil Days.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Make yourself at home. Shop in-store or online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The madness is coming. The madness is coming.
Ugh, you guys always ruin this. I was trying to be dramatic. The madness is coming! Oh, wow! Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game.
And it's over. This heavyweight battle is won by
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This is Safety Tavian Combs. Whether I'm on the football field or at Everguard Roofing and Solar, I believe teamwork is a cornerstone. Everguard leads the way for home and commercial roofing in New Mexico. Why choose Everguard? It's straightforward. They prioritize honesty and delivering top-notch work. I take immense pride in being a part of the Everguard team. In need of a reliable roof or considering solar? Call 505-821-9543. That's 821-9543. Or visit everguardroofing.com today. Everguard Roofing and Solar, your dependable choice in New Mexico.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
When choosing a lawyer after a car wreck, you need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner & Rose stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner & Rose can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state settlements. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque.
Refund season is the time to buy during the tax trade-up event at Capital Ford, where you'll find some of the season's biggest savings on new Fords. And during Ford Truck Month, new 24 Edges come with 0% APR plus $1,000 customer cash, plus $1,500 bonus cash, or new 23 Explorers with 0% APR plus $750 bonus cash at Capital Ford in Santa Fe. 36 months with approved credit, $27.78 per month for 1,000 finance plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Ends 2/29/24.
Mix a little sports analysis, pop culture, and great interviews, and you've got the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
Brian Windhorst here. Let's revisit the Lakers again.
All I can tell you is the Lakers are coming in under expectations right now. LeBron is 39. LeBron has an option on his contract. The Lakers don't know whether they're going to have their draft pick. I don't know what's going to happen with Bronny James, whether he's in the draft or not. And if he is in the draft, I don't know when he's going to take him. These are all unanswered questions. And that was what makes this kind of a fascinating thing to watch.
No doubt.
The Rich Eisen Show podcast, wherever you listen.
Are you amped?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10
On 95.9 FM
and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back on the program. I see the friend of the show hotline's going crazy, and joining us is friend of the show, Marty. Marty, welcome. How are you, brother?
Hey, guys. Hey, I wanted to give my take on the National Basketball Association, how I see it.
Yep.
I think it's very much still covered like a late 90s, early 2000s sport where you had a lot of the inner city influence, a lot of the African-American influence, which is outstanding because they're obviously still play a big part in the sport. But I think it's evolved to a very international sport, right?
Yeah.
Our biggest stars are from other countries, and I think it needs to be covered as such. And I think the NBA does such a poor job in that. I think you have to only reference, I guess the only thing is obviously Major League Baseball does a really good job on that. And then, of course, soccer, which has always been international. But I think the NBA is really behind the times when it comes to me from a marketing standpoint. And I think it would appeal to a broader audience. but I think they've really missed the mark, and a lot of it has to do with their goofy commissioner, who I'm not crazy about. But
are you my age, Marty?
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? I had that same energy you had, maybe just like 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I was like, I don't understand why I'm not seeing updates. I don't understand why I'm not having it thrown into my algorithm. But Jake Cassio sits across from me, and you're in your now mid-20s, 25 years old.
Yep.
It's all you see, right?
Oh, yeah. Basketball dominates social media.
Yeah. And they have designed it in such a way, in my opinion, Marty, for young adult, which is crazy because I'm no longer the target audience for the NBA, and I'm mad at the NBA that it's put in all its efforts into quote unquote young kids, but it's a young blood entertainment kind of thing. And I don't think they had a problem with what I'm about to throw a fit about, which is just how poor of a job they did all weekend with their events that should be their spotlights.
Yeah, and I think young people in that particular spectrum are much more open-minded, in my opinion, to the international thing. It's been my perception. It's not the Kenny Smith, get off my lawn kind of guy anymore. And I think the NBA, look at the guys that cover it, right? Charles Barkley. To me, he comes a little bit across. As much as people like him, I dislike him because he comes across to me like a little bit of a bitter guy.
Old hat now. So, yeah, it's played out.
I blame it on that Auburn education.
So get a guy like Shaq who can relate to younger people. Maybe get a female perspective on it. But I just think the way they cover it is still stuck in a ceiling or a window at one moment in time. That's just my take on it.
The female part is interesting too, right? Because a gal I know personally is Michelle Beadle. And she will tell you right now that the NBA is the reason she doesn't do NBA. What's the old girl's name? Rachel Nichols, who forever did it.
Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, she got pushed out too because there is a, I don't know what phrasing you hear, boys club about it, to where they would say, hey, these behaviors, these actions, these advances towards people of the opposite sex. And they were absolutely pushed out for even making mention of it. And the people that have done it for so very long are people that are, I don't know what verbiage to use here, biting the bullet. And I get it, it's a paycheck, but it's weird to me when people allow that stuff to exist. And I maybe you weren't listening last week, Marty, or the week before, where it was, but I'm throwing a fit on WWE for this, for just letting this weird stuff exist forever against ladies. And I think it's specifically ladies in the NBA. I don't think it's minority driven.
Well, they have 2 token female reporters, Malika Andrews and Doris Burke.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why they're involved.
Why not get the international player? Why not get like a Tony Parker, or why not get somebody? We have such a hard time. It's weird. It's not really ever a reflection of society. We have such a hard time accepting what society is really like. So we put up this facade on. It's really not like that.
Well, and you're making a good point, Mark. Good call too, brother. I always appreciate when you take the time. The thing that's so interesting to me about that is, and we use like some of these guys that are in the NBA right now, and they'll come out to do their stuff, and they'll have and correct my verbiage here because I'm not trying to belittle, Super Saiyan. What, the cartoon where they shoot the fireballs at each other?
Dragon Ball Z.
Going
Super Saiyan.
Saiyan.
But Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. And these guys will come out and they'll have the tattoos and they'll have their hair did a certain way and the color schemes. And I know there's other ones of this nature. That's the only one I'm familiar with. So and when I say familiar, I've heard the name. I don't know what the intro song to this show sounds like.
It's too many.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
all the time.
Kids these days, hashtag, they get it. Like they are like, oh, my favorite guy from the worst part of the worst city in the state I grew up in is in love with culture from the eastern part of the world and embraces it and uses it. And I'm over here like, I don't get anyone. I don't get young kids these days. I don't get why they shoot threes instead of attacking the basket. And I don't get why they like cartoons that aren't Hanna-Barbera.
I think I blame it on the athletes nowadays.
Go ahead.
I think the athletes, the NBA players are more concerned about the business side of things. They're more concerned with, trying to be, showmen and entertainers and, their brand deals and being a personality instead of being just an athlete. That's like, everybody wants to be like a rapper or, stuff like that. Like
it's all about brand.
Yeah. Football players go and play football. basketball players want to be concerned with everything else off the court.
The big difference again, though, we'll use there are 3 guys in the history of the NBA to play 20 years for one team, right? One of those guys is Kobe Bryant. The other one is Dirk Nowitzki. The third one is Udonis Haslem. There's a big difference here. I recognize that Udonis Haslem was the starter in a championship team. I recognize that he played a vital role coming off the bench for another championship team. I'm not confused. But there's a big difference between him and Kobe Bryant and Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
And those guys that go and can play the game for 20 years, I'm using Udonis as an example, they can do it because there aren't enough human beings on this planet that can do it better than them. In football, that's not true. In football, there's a guy better than you next year. You have to only live football. Basketball is not that. Basketball is, hey, if you're good in the locker room and you're willing to take the veteran minimum that doesn't hit the salary cap, but if you're, go ahead and.
Well, Udonis Haslem for the last 4 years of his career was just the unk on the team that was all right, let me show you how to do things.
Well, unk position isn't a position on the court. It's a position in the organization.
Yeah, it's like a coach.
It's like a coach.
It's a player's coach.
Yeah. Well, and he could be this guy too. It's all hands meeting here at the stadium before our first game. Obviously these are the ushers. This is where they are, these concession guys. Unk, do you want to talk to them about best practice on beer courtside? Be like, yeah, we had a lot of success, doing it this way. You're like, that's valuable. That's super real. That doesn't exist in the NFL. You don't need that position. So whenever Udonis Haslem in this example, which by the way, I'm only picking him because people are aware of him because he played for 20 years, but you're getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When they're like, hey, we're going to give you a league mini. You're going to be around. Go ahead and have a podcast. Go ahead and have an organization. Go ahead and have a whatever. Go ahead and have a brand outside of the game. And it's not just true for him. It's true for everyone. It's true for all of them.
And I think nowadays too, I think the NBA is just geared not even towards teenagers anymore. It's for the 10-year-olds and below. And
well, let's talk about that whenever we get back, because I agree with you. And I've worked in television, radio, and entertainment for over 20 years, which is wild. Every single thing that's produced right here on this channel, everything that you watch on the television, everything that's on the other side of the wall of conservative talk is designed for a brain that functions at about the age of a 13-year-old. And it's done on purpose because if you get it, you can feel smarter than it. And if you don't quite understand it quickly, you can figure it out. Then we'll jump into that with the NBA's approach when we get back. Also, it was still a terrible weekend in the NBA. I haven't got to that yet. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Well, traffic right now, things still moving a bit slow northbound on Coors at Montano Plaza as crash cleanup continues in that area. Southbound on I-25 right now between Osuna and Montgomery, dealing with some slowdowns there. Headed west on Montano. As you approach Coors, you're going to see a little bit of congestion in that area. I-40 here in the city right now continues to move up to speed in both directions.
This report brought to you by the Albuquerque Journal.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook. When you need local answers, the most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy, transportation, or government. Get the answers. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World-class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Zach Gelb with CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by TaxSlayer. Start following free today at TaxSlayer.com. It was freezing. There was a delay. The vantage point in person or even on TV isn't the best, but the NHL continuously taking their game to big outdoor stadiums always delivers. Devils and Flyers was a good appetizer, and the Rangers' comeback at MetLife Stadium against the Islanders was a great main course. Love him or hate him, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman continues to masterfully schedule outdoor games. I'm Zach Gelb.
Every year in March,
68 teams come together, all looking for one thing.
Ball fake, three, buries it.
To be NCAA basketball's top team.
3 seconds, no timeouts.
Catch the madness.
For the win!
Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game. This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Blake's Lottaburger has been a New Mexico favorite since 1952. They use the best ingredients like their very own Hatch green chili and fresh premium beef patties. And they cook your food fresh when you order it. Blake's Lottaburger, the first there was, the best there is.
For John's 60th birthday, his family planned to drive down Old Route 66. But the trip took a detour when his wife got sick with RSV. It's a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems and hospitalizations.
This year, we don't want to cancel our plans. We're protecting ourselves with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine.
Abrysvo, a vaccine to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. It's not for everyone and may not protect all who receive it. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had an allergic reaction to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may decrease your response. Most common side effects are tiredness, headache, injection site pain, and muscle pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com.
So don't wait. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, because every breath matters.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Super fast hour, huh?
Went by like nothing.
Like nothing. Well, it's not hard when no one's playing defense. Just like the NBA All-Star game last night. 211 points is the record set by the East last night. You see Adam Silver give the trophy? Did you watch this?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you set the record. And then he just gestures at it. And it's sitting on like a snack bar. And
in the break room.
Yeah, and Giannis is like, all right, cool. We got it.
You know why the East won compared to the West, who had like a stacked list of characters?
Why?
Because there's a lot more first timers on the East side.
You know, and Marty called earlier talking about the game. If you were to be like, Fred, I didn't recognize a lot of the East. Hard to argue that. Brunson's a kid. He can go.
Oh, he's that guy. He's the king of New York right now.
Which is wild because he's not that good.
He's great.
But there's no one else out there. They gave him nothing out there. He's the guy. Because who are you going to pass it to?
Well, the Knicks are up and up right now, man.
I agree.
This is our best roster since 2013.
Yeah. It's your best roster in, it might be 15 years. It might be since
93.
99.
Yeah.
Allen Houston, Larry Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Childs.
We got a squad, man. We just got a lot of injuries right now. Because we'll be able to compete come playoff time if everybody gets back healthy.
I agree.
You know, Jalen Brunson is averaging like 31 points a game right now in the last, in 2024.
We're talking off air about Scotty Barnes. So when Silver's given that award, he's like, "Here's your trophy." Scotty Barnes like, "Woohoo!"
He's the only one excited. Did you watch him in the skills challenge?
He weird cat. He's an entertaining cat. He weird.
Oh yeah, he lost the ball. He was stumbling. Like
he runs like a baby giraffe.
Oh yeah, he runs like a newborn deer.
Yeah, he runs. Bob, what's a baby kangaroo called? A jolly?
A joey.
A joey. He runs like a joey getting out of the pouch for the first time.
Or like a wallaby.
Yeah. He's like a little roo.
He's so fun. He has an interview where he was like, "So when did you realize the NBA was like a different level of basketball?" He's like, "I realized that the NBA was different when I made it to the NBA."
Yeah, good one. He reminds me a lot of a baseball player named Hunter Pence.
Yeah,
You're like, athletically, you don't look like you're the part, man. Like, and he's at that game last night. He's just chucking up half court shots for no reason, and it looks like he's just like that old man. Well, he's a young blood though.
Yeah, he's like 24.
He's just like that nut job at the Y. Like, what are you doing, man?
Or it's like, do you know how to play the game of basketball?
Yeah. We have rules here.
But he's a good player, honestly. He's been turning around in Toronto. And some of my because I pay attention to the Toronto Raptors a little bit closer now than I ever have before. Because RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, former Knicks, are there. And I love those guys. I was sad to let them go. So I pay attention. And Scotty Barnes is a dog.
He can play.
Oh, yeah.
But the East is weird right now. We'll do this. We'll do like the NFL comparison next hour, I guess. But there's a bunch of names you were familiar with that aren't the truth right now over in the East, but they're going to try to show you in the All-Star game. What's old boy's name? Plays for the Bucks now. Was in Portland forever.
Damian Lillard. Yeah, well, he always goes hard for the All-Star game.
He ain't going hard during the season.
No, because they don't fit. And they've also had like so many coach changes, and they brought old man Doc Rivers in.
Old man Doc Rivers. If you would have bet me, if you were at my house last night, if we were sitting on the couch watching the game, if you would have been like, "Hey, Giannis is going to pick that up and shoot a 3 with it," I'd have been like, "Yeah, yeah, he's gonna pop one." We'll keep ripping the NBA All-Star game whenever we get back. The All-Star weekend. The whole weekend.
It was a performance.
Dame is not as good as that gal from the WNBA.
No.
Cool. I don't even know her name.
She smoked everybody.
Smoked them. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I'm a Buffalo soldier and I ain't sorry. Come on, come on. Let it bang.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
Looking for a new car, but high prices have you investing in new shoes instead? Malloy Chevrolet in Los Lunas has the answer. Get a new 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $358 a month with no money down. When you think Chevrolet, think Malloy Chevrolet. CK24099-22885 MSRP 84 months for $799. Approved credit. See dealer for all details.
Well, traffic right now. Things still moving a bit slow northbound on Coors at Montano Plaza as crash cleanup continues in that area. Southbound on I-25 right now between Osuna and Montgomery. The only some slowdowns there. Headed west on Montano. As you approach Coors, you're going to see a little bit of congestion in that area. I-40 here in the city right now continues to move up to speed in both directions.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Make yourself at home. Shop in-store or online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. A year ago, I sat in this very spot and I told you that the NBA All-Star Game was an abomination to the sport of basketball, and that game being an abomination was nothing new, and that it would only get worse. And of course, I was not wrong about any of that. At this point, trashing the NBA All-Star Game is the easiest thing in the world to do. It is the lowest hanging fruit there is. The only thing easier than trashing the All-Star Game is trashing the dunk contest, which is officially back to being unwatchable garbage after one somewhat entertaining year. 397 total points were scored in that game last night. The East scored 211 points in a basketball game. This is as far from a real game as you could possibly get. And no matter how hard Adam Silver tries to get his players to care, they don't. And if they don't, why should we?
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style. And top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-270-3388. That's 800-270-3388. 800-270-3388.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now batting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Amory Castillo. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Sparkles everywhere, compliment the jewelry. Standing on the couch, this ain't nothing new to me. Whole spot full of
back on the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. I'm Fred Slow. Jake Cassio's here. Jake.
What?
Bob Walpo's here. Van's not here. Big surprise for the millionth Monday in a row. Amory Castillo's not here. Bob, how do we get Amory's schedule? Like, what do we got to do?
Well, she was scheduled, but something personal came up.
Okay.
Something
surprise.
in the family.
President's Day.
Yeah.
No, she didn't text me until yesterday. About it. Asking if I could cover for her.
She'll be back.
She'll be here tomorrow.
Abraham Lincoln was the very first president to be featured on the United States coin. The penny was redesigned in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of the man who steered America through the Civil War and gave us the Emancipation Proclamation. There you go, boys.
What was on the coins before?
They would say like 1 cent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like that more.
You don't like presidents on currency?
Well, most of them are presidents, except for my boy Franklin.
Yeah, Benny.
Yeah,
that's a dude.
He was a crazy guy.
Sacagawea is on the dollar.
The dollar coin, right?
Yeah.
I like the quarters where they put like the National State Park one with the bats on.
Yeah,
there.
those are sweet.
Yeah, those are cool.
The first president ever born in a hospital was who?
James Madison.
No, it's way early.
They didn't have hospitals?
No, it didn't really work like that. Jimmy Carter, Bob, born in 1924. Carter's mother, Lillian, was a nurse. He was born right where she worked, at the Wise Sanitarium in Plains, Georgia.
The Peanut Man?
There you go.
Was
That's
the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Who has been in hospice now for a year. He's 99 years old and the oldest living ex-president.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, he's out there still like building houses for.
No.
Well, he was.
He's in hospice care now.
Oh,
and
well,
has
he
been
was
for
though.
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the game now for a while. Some of them don't live very long.
That's a lot of stress.
Yeah, that job takes a lot out of you. Look at somebody going in, and they have a full head of dark hair, and they come out 4 years later, and it's all gray and silvered.
Yeah, Obama came into office looking 25. Came out looking 67.
I might not have this right, but I think Zachary Taylor died like 5 minutes after he stopped being president. That might not be correct, but it was like within the year.
He was heartbroken.
He was not heartbroken.
Yeah, I think why Jimmy Carter has lived so long is because he only did 4 years.
Maybe. Hard maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the love of a good woman.
Yeah.
That's
which not a lot of presidents
Not a lot of them
have
had that.
No, except for Obama. He's got Michelle.
Oh, she's the best. First president to have a child born while he was living in the White House was President Grover Cleveland.
A lot of firsts for him.
There you go. Cleveland's daughter Esther was born on September 9th, 1893. You want one more?
I do.
Okay. The presidential home of Washington, D.C. is known as the White House. But do you know which president gave the building its name?
No.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that one.
Happened in 1901. Teddy Roosevelt.
Hey.
There you go.
Shout out
Teddy.
Teddy. Who I said this off air to Fred. He lost vision in one of his eyes because he was boxing in the White House.
Yeah.
I just want to know who he was boxing. Like, was it a staffer?
Got to keep your gloves up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think he would know how to fight.
He got shot. Just took it.
Yeah, he's like the toughest president ever.
You know, there's not exactly a path to becoming president.
It just happened.
Well, you got to put some effort into it. But 15 vice presidents have gone on to become president of the United States. So there you go. Got some fun facts.
Probably the most famous was Truman.
The most famous. So that's an interesting one because I think it's Lyndon B. Johnson, right?
He's up there.
Because Kennedy dies and then he's president like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So I think, or Gerald Ford, because he took over for Nixon. That was a crap run for this country.
And Ford was elevated to vice president because Spiro Agnew resigned because of bribery charges.
It's probably Gerald Ford.
And yeah.
My favorite vice president to president is Calvin Coolidge.
Why is that?
Was such a sick name. One of the greatest quotes of all time, persistence.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, and that's an interesting one too, because and obviously thank you for President's Talk on President's Day. Do you remember the biggest story in the world? Like the biggest story in the world in 89 or 90 was Dan Quayle misspelling potato.
But he didn't.
But that's
thank you, news guys.
That's how much political coverage has changed over the years. You ever go back and watch old clips of Dan Rather or Ted Brokaw interviewing a president, and it's two people sitting down having a conversation? And if you turn on anything today, just two heads screaming at each other, and you're like, what is going on here?
It's the Real Housewives of the White House.
Ugh. Different day.
Could you? Who would be the most fun president to have a Twitter account?
Well, not to bring him up, but to bring him up, Trump did a good job.
Trump, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but
Twitter is so new.
Yeah. But could you imagine though if we had it back in from the get-go, every president had one?
I think John Quincy Adams shot off at the mouth a lot. I think that was part of his thing, where he was ready to fight everyone.
He was is that his?
No, not John Quincy Adams. John Adams.
Yeah,
John
the
Adams.
second one.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah. Well, he was always out of pocket. He was kind of like a black sheep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
I only know that from the HBO docuseries
with Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
that thing slaps.
That was the best part of American history is when they put that on in class.
That's when your teacher was hungover. You know how I know? Because I used to teach that class.
I would have fun in your class.
Oh, I was the worst. All right, kids, we're gonna leave the lights off and do Sudoku today. Brad, Mr. Slow, this is English lit. I know. Sudoku. Do it.
You could have at least made him do crossword puzzles.
We had those books, teachers' resources or whatever. I'd open them up and be like, which one of you kids wants to go make copies? Because not feeling it.
You were coming in right when the bell was ringing.
Man, I struggled.
What grade did you teach?
6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Oh, that's a fun little age range.
I sucked at it. The only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Anyone?
Oh gosh, I know that. Garfield?
Grover Cleveland.
The Grover strikes again.
If in the next year you hear Donald Trump saying this has never happened, it has happened.
He would 100% do that.
Yeah.
No one's ever done it.
Yeah, this is unprecedented. Unprecedented. So there you go. I'm a big fan of this country.
Me too. You know I am, Fred.
Yeah. I don't like war. I feel like people always, for some reason, associate loving war with loving your country. I hate war.
Well, because in history classes, that's like the easy thing to put on tests.
It's sexy. War is sexy.
You know, in the movies and everything, and it's the glory, all of that.
I'm hanging out with an 8-year-old the other day, and she asked me, can you tell me about World War II? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, there's kind of a lot to it, but let me give you like an 8-year-old's version. Here you go. Wild.
Did you tell her like, you know, like the nitty gritty?
No, absolutely not.
You're just like America versus.
No, I started off with like, I was actually like, well, I got to go back to World War I, Treaty of Versailles.
Okay.
Like, I'm like trying to like, here's how you get to it. I haven't been in school in a while. Bob, when's the last time you were in school?
Too many decades ago.
Okay. So you're the most recent, Jake. Was this time of year in the classroom centered around like presidential education, or was this just a Monday off?
This is a Monday off.
Right?
It always has been.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too.
The only time presidents really mattered was during an election year. And that's when we would talk about
it. Oh, you know what? I agree with you.
Because like, so my senior year, I was in a government and economics class, right? And
that tracks.
It was like 120 people in that class.
I like how there are 2 different subjects where they smash it into one class. But okay.
It was so good. And we had it was during the 2016 election year.
Yeah.
And so it was like 6 different groups, and they all had to pick one person to be the president, VP, and then you had your staff. Okay. The presidents had to go up and give a speech. Naturally, I'm chose to be president.
Naturally.
And what I did, I didn't prepare anything.
Smart.
I just went on Twitter.
Sounds like the guy who won in 2016.
And I literally just copied what he said word for word, and I won on a landslide.
I mean, presidents.
Yeah.
Give them their own day. What if someone were to put out there like, hey, we should get rid of President's Day. We need your signature, Mr. Biden. Like, I can't. It's my day.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I can't get rid of my day.
You know why President's Day is a thing? It started because they were celebrating in 1799 George Washington's birthday.
Aww.
Yeah, and that's what started President's Day.
Is February 19th George Washington's birthday?
22nd is his birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Lincoln's is like the other day too, right?
I don't know.
I'll look that up for you. I got you.
Shout out to all my Aquarius presidents.
February 12th. That's Van's birthday.
Oh, him and Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah. My most famous person I share a birthday with is Isaiah Thomas, the 5'9" guard.
The little one or the dad?
The little one.
Dang, that sucks.
Hey, he was an all-star.
Yeah, it's not the dad, though. Is it the dad or the junior?
No, they're not related.
Oh, okay. No, I know.
Yeah. The Isaiah Thomas, was Michael Jordan's #1 enemy.
He did not care for that guy at all.
No. Which was awesome.
When we get back? You had a whole weekend, NBA. No NFL. Nothing to do. Pitchers and catchers were just reporting. You had a whole weekend where you could have, and you didn't. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Are you a sports fanatic?
You need to visit the premier sports entertainment, music, and memorabilia store, All in Autographs. All in Autographs is a one-stop shop for sports fanatics. Visit All in Autographs, Hoffmantown Square, allinautographs.com.
This report brought to you by Gateway Financial Services and Insurance.
Well, not much in the way of problems this afternoon here in the metro. We do have a little bit of a slowdown southbound on I-25 as you approached Montgomery. Also, westbound Montano between the river and Coors. Traffic moving a little slow there, but I-40 looks good in both directions. Paseo and Alameda, those river crossings both moving up to speed. South of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Los Lunas. Don't see any problems in either direction.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World-class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Every year in March, 68 teams come together, all looking for one thing.
All fixed, 3,
To be NCAA basketball's top team.
30 seconds, no timeouts.
Catch the madness.
For the win!
Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game. This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Oh no, your little one has caught a cold and has a cough. Help them feel better fast with DayQuil Kids from Vicks. It's specifically formulated just for kids, and it helps treat their most bothersome cold symptoms. It's also available in 2 delicious flavors, honey and berry. DayQuil Kids is the daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids medicine. Pick it up at your local pharmacy or any major retailer today. For kids 6 and up, use as directed.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Casino at the Downs hosts Roll to Win Monday through Friday, noon to 10 p.m. 3 winners every 2 hours. Each may win up to $300 cash. Enjoy random promos daily, cash weekends, great dining, and more. Only at Casino at the Downs, Louisiana and Central. Casino at the Downs has it all. Enjoy cash drawings daily, Senior Day Fridays for players 50 and better to win cash, and offers for active and retired military and their spouse each Tuesday. Plus, enjoy food specials daily, live music, and more. Casino at the Downs, Louisiana and Central.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair is gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Switching lanes in that old school Chevy while I'm gripping grains. Fit that bang, I try to tell them it's the game, but they ain't listen. All around the world, this we claim. West side, yeah, west side.
So the NBA, right? Adam Silver all the time is like, hey, this is the business. This is the best. This is the thing. This is the jam. And I think the NBA is tricked dumb rear-end kids like you, Jake Cassio, and your buddies into maxing your knowledge around the thing. This is very much the gatekeeping kind of, I'm the biggest fan, therefore I can't miss a moment. The reason Marvel franchises have kind of failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for the general public, Because for casual fan, the NBA doesn't have it together well enough for its showcase stuff. Season too long.
Way too long.
Way too long. All-Star Game weekend was a joke. A joke. The 3-point competition, try to spice it up by making a battle of the sexes.
Was almost compelling.
No.
You know, Steph Curry went out there and said, I can't lose.
Yeah, he was not going to lose.
He's like, I can't lose.
He was not going to lose. The dunk contest was won by a cat that don't even play in the NBA.
Yeah, I think the All-Star game hasn't been good in the last 10 years. And then I also blame why the dunk contest hasn't been relevant in a while on LeBron James. Because he never did it. Could you imagine if LeBron did one?
Yeah.
It would be so much better. Because now it's like all these scrubs that they bring out there that like you hardly know.
Who won it? What's his name? Mac McClung.
Mac McClung. Who's played 4 NBA games.
And you know that off the top of your head because you're one of these min-maxers I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because basketball's sick.
Because you're told it's sick. That's what I'm saying. It's not.
I don't like the direction. I like basketball just how it is as a sport.
Sure.
I don't like the direction of like the marketing of the NBA.
I think it's fine.
Like that's the reason why they got rid of like the team colored shoes mandate. Everybody, you can wear whatever color shoes now.
Yeah.
Made it cool for the kids. The new Nike jerseys, the ones they make it a new one every single year, suck.
There's 10 new ones every year for every team.
Yeah.
There's city ones and color ones and
The
region
statement
ones,
jerseys.
throwback ones. Yeah.
And there's just like not cool. They don't look good. I don't see anyone ever buying those jerseys.
The only cool new one that I've ever seen is when Utah did theirs to black and yellow. It was like neon green.
That's like the ugliest one, man.
That's the thing though, right? Where they have found their super niche audience, which is not niche. I mean, there's a lot of young adults. And they've just kind of given up elsewhere. Like you have to, in my opinion, make it feel special, make it feel unique. And they were like, well, you know, they used to have the draft thing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you pick a guy, I pick 2 guys, you pick 2 guys, I pick 2 guys, whatever, you end up with a thing. They're like, we'll go back to East West, throwback to Heritage Days or whatever. Sucked.
Yeah.
Super sucked. How long did you say LeBron played?
14 minutes.
That's not enough.
Yeah. And then like Kawhi and Paul George played 10 minutes. Like all this, they just put all the young bloods out there.
They considered it a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, the All-Star Game's a break. We get a break. Oh, we have to have our break in Indianapolis? This sucks. Let's go to Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, I think also they do it wrong with having the All-Star Game on a Sunday.
It's a Saturday night thing to you?
It should be a Saturday night thing. And then they shouldn't end the skills challenges and the 3-point challenge and dunk contest on the dunk contest. Because if you end with like a mediocre dunk on the night, everybody's like going home and being like, well, that was kind of boring.
You could do the All-Star Game Sunday afternoon.
They could do the whole thing in one day.
Yeah.
Just make it all one big event.
Correct.
And then just make like the home run derby and the MLB All-Star Game at works.
Yeah.
Because at least there's some skin in the game.
Well, the MLB All-Star Game is always on a Tuesday, but that's because you still want to play baseball games on the weekend and you keep the schedule, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But it works that way.
Regular season games were amazing compared to last night.
Oh, yeah.
And regular season games suck.
Depends. I think what the NBA though does have for itself is like when it comes to like the blue bloods of basketball, like the rich history between like, you know, the Knicks and Celtics or Celtics Lakers, like those rivalries that kind of bring some juice for like regular season, or like player matchups is always fun. Like when Giannis goes down and plays Jokic, like that, I'll tune into something like that. Like I'll watch every Knicks game or as many as I can because that's like my team, but I won't go and put on a random, you know, like Atlanta Hawks versus Charlotte Hornets game. I'll do that with football.
I can't figure out the motivation part because I can't figure out why the best players in the world should care about playing against the best players in the world without like maybe it's about motivation. Maybe I'm answering my own question as I'm saying it. But what is the thing that that encourages these guys to try.
Well,
Because we're talking C- defense. We're talking D level defense last night.
Because like the in-season tournament, the incentive to win that was like $500,000 for every player. Those guys make so much money. $500,000 is a night out for them.
It's crazy that the thing we made so much fun of, the in-season tournament, is greater than the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, I like how they added the play-in tournament at the end of the season for the playoffs.
That thing's sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome because you actually start to care about the lower seeds. But it's not going in a great direction for the All-Star game. And I could totally see the All-Star game kind of becoming a thing of the past. Because, like, I feel like the relevance of, like, being an all-star nowadays is not as important as it used to be.
Say that part again.
The relevance of being an all-star in today's NBA is not it's not as impactful as it used to be. Like, when it was, like, back in the 90s or the early 2000s, it was like, okay, these guys are all-stars. These guys are them.
Yeah, that was interesting, too, because the way they were voted in, right? So it's not like a peer vote. You know, it's like
it's a media coaches,
it's a
fan
writers thing too, you know, and they get in there, they do their thing. And, you know, we were just talking about regular season is too long. It's been the same length forever. You know, it's not like how many seasons the NBA are we now? 76? Because they just did that 75 team.
76 or 77, yeah.
So what, for 70 years, it was perfectly fine. For 70 years, none of it mattered. And now these last 6-7 years, we're like, like, there's got to be something else going on.
I think it's because back then, like, players weren't sitting out of games. And, you know, they made that mandate on all awards. You have to play a minimum of 65 games.
Yeah.
Now. So, like, that adds a little juice. But then, like, you know, down the road, you know, it's going to be like, okay, like the true MVP got hurt at, like, you know, midway through the season for 12 games. And now he's out of the MVP candidate race. And then you're going to be giving it to some random guy because, like, not everybody plays all 82 games.
Well, and the conversation now is like, we'll use like LeBron, right? Most points, most assists, most whatever. He's the most everything, right? He might not be most assists, but you get the point I'm getting to. But then when you talk to guys, what's the first thing they say when you're talking about that historical perspective is they talk about playoffs. They don't rings. Like, there's no conversation about the regular season anymore. The fan base has changed it. You know, they don't care.
Well, and all the stars nowadays, like LeBron, he knows he doesn't have to give his greatest performances in the regular season anymore. It only matters in the playoffs. So he's going to go out there for probably a third of the games in the season and just kind of give like a mediocre performance because he's just like, I just got to get through this game and survive. Because even if he's like the 6 seed or the 1 seed, it doesn't matter for him.
Yeah. Well, and the fan base, everything you're saying is correct, you know, because and the fan base is having that communicated then by the media that covers it. So like whenever super spongy early 20, I don't have my own opinion. I only regurgitate what I hear from talking head says, well, the guys covering the NBA, they make fun of the NBA. So the NBA must suck for the regular season. It must only be good for the playoffs whenever, because they do that. And also you watch that NBA at night stuff. You watch the after the game stuff.
Yeah.
It's on at 1 a.m. here. It's 3 a.m. on the East Coast or whatever. And you're like, yeah, of course they're loopy. Of course there's no showrunner still up. There's no producer on there.
Well, the TNT
that's
crew,
what I'm talking about.
They're the only guys keeping basketball like kind of relevant and entertaining with like the show.
Yeah, strong possibility.
Yeah, like everybody else that's an NBA commentator is kind of like boring. JJ Redick's kind of found a voice of being like the guy that's like going to openly criticize
the white guy.
Yeah, the white guy who's going to openly criticize the NBA. Stephen A has just gone downhill faster than any other guy I've seen. He's a Knicks fan, and the whole Knicks fan base hates him.
Well, and maybe basketball around's down too, because it's not available the way it used to be. College basketball is at an all-time low for viewership. No one's watching college basketball outside of March Madness. And that's because of money. That's not because of care about it. And I think it probably has a lot to do with how people consume their content now, right? You don't have cable.
No.
I don't have cable. Bob, you got cable?
Yes, I do.
All right, Bob does.
I haven't had cable in 10 years.
I've never had it as an adult. I've never had it really in my whole life, but it's existed.
I think I've had it since it came out.
74?
Yeah.
And it used to be NBA, right? here are the games you can watch. They're watchable. They're right here. You just have to sit there. College basketball, same thing. You just have to sit there. We'll put it on for you. It's not like that anymore. People don't have cable anymore. You can't find the game you want to watch easily. You don't watch the game. What do? You watch the highlights.
Yeah, highlights. And everything's about Twitter nowadays. NBA Twitter that's what makes NBA fun for me. NBA Twitter is going on there and reading everybody else's reaction or post or the memes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's entertaining about the NBA.
And then, but everyone is like, if you're reading NBA Twitter in October, they're just warming up. You're reading in November, holidays are coming up. You're reading in December, nobody cares about a game in December. You're reading in January, you can be on the outside looking in of the, and the play-in. Now February, it's just guys don't care about the weekend. In March, they're distracted by college basketball. April, okay, let's go. NBA's here.
That's when it turns up.
That's what,
Yeah.
Miss me with NBA. If NBA would put its brand over, if NBA would tell the world that it's the most important thing in the world, the same way that like WWE does, I'd be like, oh, okay, I believe you. But they don't do that.
I honestly think it's their time of year that they start the season because they're competing against football right when football's picking up and it's getting into the thick of things. And so they have to compete against that. I think if basketball really wanted to make a push and be more relevant than like how it was back in the day, do it during baseball season.
Which NBA player is going to wear these Trump sneakers?
Ooh.
The $400 ones?
They're honestly pretty cool, man.
They are not at all.
They look like what Osiris shoes are?
What?
Osiris?
No. Spell it.
OSRIS. They're these big, clunky shoes.
Oh, I know exactly what these are.
That are produced in some Chinese sweatshop. They look exactly like that.
I mean, they suck.
I think Mac McClung probably would wear them.
They look like what evil Superman would wear. The evil, patriotic Superman would wear.
I don't think there's a single conservative person in the NBA.
Oh gosh, there's very few. If there's any.
I can't think of one because all the white guys are just like the white verge, like black guys.
Yeah.
Like they're not like real white people.
JJ Redick grew up in Virginia. Did he? Did he?
No.
Yeah, these suck. How much you say they were, Bob?
400, I believe.
Like, who would wear those if they were still in the league today? Pistol Pete Maravich.
I don't know if he would. What did he get hit with? $350 million? $350 million he owes to the state of New York.
And they banned him from doing business there for 3 years.
Trump sneakers are sold out, but are they landing with sneakerheads? No. That's what the Philadelphia Inquirer says.
It's going to be a bunch of all the guys that buy Nike Monarchs, like the dad shoes and like jean shorts, they're going to be repping.
There's only 1,000 pairs of these? $400 a pop? That's not going to get you to $350 million, Donnie.
No.
Unless he's hoarding like half of them for the resale value.
They kind of low key look like ones.
Kind of like I feel it's like if you put a DC skate shoe and a Jordan shoe together. And the stripes and the stars on the top with the gold are so funny.
Oh my gosh, Bob, they're calling them scammer ones.
The scammer ones.
They're calling them January 6s. This is so
okay.
All
right.
The boring T logo on there too.
The official title is the Never Surrender Gold High Tops. Okay.
That's something else I won't be buying.
Philadelphia is not the city where you put this out.
No,
but that's where the sneaker convention was being held.
What is the sneaker con? What is that?
A convention about sneakers, apparently.
Yeah, so I think Complex runs it. Because Complex is big into like the sneaker world, even though like the shoe game has gone downhill in the last 10 years too. Basketball shoes used to be so cool.
Oh my gosh. Everyone is saying that they're comparing them to like spray painted sneakers you'd see at like pride parades and stuff.
You would find those at the flea market for like $10.
Okay. So we can get a pair, Bob.
You can.
Yeah, there's 30. There's like 30-ish pairs available on eBay right now.
What are they selling for?
I mean, thousands of dollars.
I kind of want to get a pair.
What size are you?
10.
When we get back from the break, I'll tell you if we found the Never Surrender high tops whenever we get back. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Cravings Value Menu is a big deal. Or rather, it's 10 big deals. From new items like the loaded nachos to familiar favorites like the spicy potato soft taco. Check it out at a participating Taco Bell today. Available for a limited time only while supplies last.
Well, not much in the way of problems this afternoon here in the metro. We do have a little bit of a slowdown southbound on I-25 as you approach Montgomery. Also, westbound Montano between the river and Coors. Traffic moving a little slow there, but I-40 looks good in both directions. Paseo and Alameda, those river crossings both moving up to speed. South of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Los Lunas. Don't see any problems in either direction.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
Looking for a new car, but interest rates stressing you out? Malloy Chevrolet in Los Lunas has the answer. Get a new 2024 Chevrolet Equinox with rates as low as 1.9%. Plus, get $1,000 cash back. When you think Chevrolet, think MalloyChevrolet.com. CT24064 with approved credit. See dealer for all details.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Make yourself at home. Shop in-store or online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm Jim Rodriguez, helping you to beat the books with BetQL. With the NBA on its All-Star break, the BetQL model is going to go to college hoops for tonight's play. At the top of the Southwestern Athletic Conference and looking to extend their win streak to 8 games, BetQL's model is backing the Southern University Jaguars as a dog and has Southern +1 against Texas Southern as a 3-star best bet. I'm Jim Rodriguez. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL. Download the BetMGM.
This is Safety Tavian Combs. Teamwork is everything, whether it's on the football field or at Everguard Roofing and Solar. Everguard is the go-to business for home and commercial roofing in New Mexico. Why? It's simple. They believe in honesty and delivering top quality work. I'm proud to be a part of the Everguard team. Need a solid roof or thinking about solar? Call 505-821-9543. That's 821-9543. Or visit everguardroofing.com today. Everguard Roofing and Solar, your trusted choice in New Mexico.
What does it mean to be a good neighbor? It means rising up and being there for each other. For State Farm, it also means helping our customers because you are our neighbors. State Farm agent Art Sandoval wants you to know he's ready to help. To any State Farm customer facing financial burdens, call your State Farm agent. After all, now more than ever, being a good neighbor means everything. Art Sandoval, 338-0300. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For John's 60th birthday, his family planned to drive down Old Route 66. But the trip took a detour when his wife got sick with RSV. It's a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems and hospitalizations.
This year, we don't want to cancel our plans. We're protecting ourselves with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine.
Abrysvo, a vaccine to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. It's not for everyone and may not protect all who receive it. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had an allergic reaction to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may decrease your response. Most common side effects are tiredness, headache, injection site pain, and muscle pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com.
So don't wait. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, because every breath matters.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed.
Now, do you want me to use that as the music coming back?
Treatments.
You'll intro it?
Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Okay.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Ned James hit me with the text. He says, what do you mean by real white guy?
Not white guys in the NBA.
It's about the culture.
Yeah.
Ned, talking about the culture.
Because when I say white guy, I just think like
me.
Yeah.
I think of me.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Or like California stoner.
Also, all joking aside, white guy in the NBA now is foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole different thing. It's not Jokic, Donka, like.
Well, majority of like stars nowadays are international players.
That's true.
Basketball is at an all-time high on an international level.
That's all Mike Jordan stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and that 92 Dream Team just inspired the world.
Because like the FIBA basketball competition.
Yeah.
That's like it matters a little bit more now.
I agree.
Because like, sure, the USA is still going to send out guys and who are stars and whatnot, especially for the Olympics. But the level of competition, like we got smoked. We like remember when it was the last Olympics, how much like trouble
Argentina and France,
Team USA was in. Yeah,
those teams can go. So we found some of those Trump sneakers on eBay. There are legit offers, like $6,500, 64 bids. Like in your shoe size 10. The cheapest pair right now is $4,500, but there's 34 bids on it. There's 10 more days.
God.
Like, this is wild, dude.
And not a single sneakerhead is buying these.
No, but also they didn't actually sell to anyone. So like this is all scam stuff. Like I'm not trying to be that guy, but no one actually got a pre-sale on this. It's just Donald Trump's organization selling them again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how scamming works.
They're slowly getting to the 350 mil.
Right. So much money.
That's how much Taylor Swift made the NFL.
You see the salary cap went up for every single team more than they thought it would?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're
huge. It's only going to go up.
I mean, you would think forever. They went down during 1 year after COVID, and they were like, sorry. Just kidding, we're back.
Well, that's why like all the teams in the bottom of like the salary cap hell are just like struggling.
Well, and kind of all the projections were for just south of where the NFL salary cap actually fell. So it's not like it's going to super mess up projections, whatever. Yeah. I found the Scotty Barnes highlight I was looking for. We were talking about in the first hour. When he goes to spray Damian Lillard with the water bottle. Yeah. My guy is too much, dude.
I think Scotty Barnes might be one of my new favorite players in the NBA. Because he's just a character, man.
He's a weird dude.
But they were doing like the 3-on-3 like 3-point competition or whatever. His last shot was that backwards granny shot. It was so funny. Dude just does not care.
Didn't care.
No one cares.
What the NBA needs is instead of 3 days of All-Star game in Indianapolis, which by the way, no one wants to go to Indianapolis. It sucks. February in Indianapolis is cold and gross and awful. And they run events like this here because the way that the arena is set up, you can get to like a hotel with a walking path and it's like super accessible and no one has to mess with you.
Why is basketball so important in Indiana? It makes no sense to me other than like the movie Hoosiers and like Indiana basketball.
Well, yeah. You know, what's the best way to say this? Number one, it's passion, right? Number one. So like if someone falls in love with a thing, you can't change that. But it's from like a birth culture, you know, where like racing and basketball, Those are the two things. And also that state, I think, has for a long time considered itself like an underdog state. And we're, people fly over us literally, and it's to have a guy like Reggie Miller for so very long and be able to keep connection there. And obviously Larry Bird, who went to Indiana State, and, John Wooden's from there and Oscar Robinson's from there. And we could run the list on it. Bob Knight, I think, is, a really important name in the world of basketball. So you got a passion at the college level, you got a passion at the rec level, you got a passion at the professional level. And they do the thing they have to do to make the thing work. So it's not like you're going to Seattle Supersonics lose your squad ever. And it's one you can hand down. I think it's like Cowboys football.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hand it down. And here's the thing that's neat about that one is if it's the Pacers or if it's the Hoosiers or if it's Hickey High School or whatever it is, you have it throughout. Also, they've ended up with a lot of guys that famously have entertained the country for a long time. David Letterman's a good example. David Letterman's from Indiana, right?
Okay.
David Letterman would, for no reason, have Reggie Miller on his TV show, just to keep, because he's of that passion fan base too, just keep people invested and interested in.
Yeah, it's like to me, it's the most random place in America to be like huge basketball fans.
Here's the fact. Of the top 15 largest high school basketball gyms in the country, 13 of them are located in Indiana.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's like Ohio, like high school football or Texas high school football.
Yeah. That Butler Fieldhouse, which is where Hoosiers was shot, which I think it's in a city called, it might be Milan High School or it might be Milan is the city. I couldn't tell you which. But it was called the Milan Miracle. And that is what every single high school strives for forever, ever. Yeah, it's important, dude. And a couple places will argue like Kansas is more. Kansas will argue
Kansas, yeah.
Where's their pro team?
Non-existent.
I got that.
It would be cool to see Kansas get for an expansion team, or I think Louisville would be cool in Kentucky. Because Kentucky's a big basketball state.
Yeah, a little bit. It used to be bigger. The problem with Kentucky is it keeps letting God get in its way with everything.
Yeah.
He gets passionate about something, and then, we got to pass a law to help God or something. You're like, what are you doing? Not University of Kentucky, that's a state school. Not K-State, but that's not super basketball school. Every other, secondary education place in the state is a parochial school. They're all funded from weird sources.
Like packs, like God packs.
Yeah. His thing's been coined. I didn't know this, Bob. You might have known this. It's called Hoosier hysteria. Didn't know that. The internet's coined it.
Why people are so infatuated with basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I like that.
So here, I got the numbers. I had to look up the Milan Miracle. 161 students went to Milan. They beat Muncie Central that had over 1,600 students to win the state title. So that was the big one. So there you go.
Wow. Shout out Indiana. I've never been.
James Naismith claims that Indiana was the birthplace of basketball, even though he was from Massachusetts.
Wasn't he from Canada?
Sorry, so that you're getting into interesting lore at that point. But yes.
Yeah.
Because he was a PE teacher. Yeah.
He used peach baskets.
Let's go.
Yeah. That would be cool to be a high school PE teacher and create a global game.
Oh, yeah. Change the world. When we get back from the break, I think athletes like to have athletic kids.
Oh, yeah.
One former NFL player, one of my childhood heroes, and this news was sent to me from a friend of the show, Ned James. His son is going down the artist path. And we have that for you because it was on American Idol, I guess, over the weekend. So we'll give that to you. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
This year, Dell Technologies wants to help you do amazing things with their best tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Save now at Dell.com/deals.
Well, traffic right now. All in all, things moving well here in the metro. We do have a couple of slow spots, though. Southbound I-25, as you approach Montgomery, you're going to see some slowdowns. That's going to last until Comanche. Things moving a bit slow, headed west on Paseo as you approach 2nd Street. That'll last until Coors. Westbound I-40s from 2nd Street until Rio Grande, dealing with some slowdowns there. Also, westbound Montano As you approach the river, traffic moving a little slow there. That'll last until Coors.
Join Presbyterian Healthcare Foundation's Daffodil Days, presented by Garcia Automotive Group. Order your fresh cut flowers today at phs.org/Daffodil Days. That's phs.org/Daffodil Days. This report brought to you by Presbyterian Healthcare Foundation's Daffodil Days.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The madness is coming. The madness is coming. Ugh, you guys always ruin this. I was trying to be dramatic. The madness is coming! Oh, wow! Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game.
And it's over! This heavyweight battle is won by
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Let's see, something different for dinner. Searching restaurants near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
Gee, same old, same old.
Wait, we're right here. Ma'am, our restaurant's just a few blocks from you. Why is she not seeing us?
Back to the usual, I guess.
Ma'am, can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local restaurants. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My daughter is normally a little goofball, but after a bad night's sleep, she's too tired to be anything. That's why I trust Pure Z's Kids. Pure Z's Kids is mindfully formulated just for kids. Their non-habit forming, drug-free products help my daughter fall asleep naturally, giving her the rest to be her best.
I'm a dinosaur.
Her best dinosaur.
Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up when needed. Explore our products at zquill.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Volkswagen is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Volkswagens arriving daily, you're going to love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Volkswagen from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Volkswagen on Lomas, or just start driving now at FiestaVW.com.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This is something you can get a paper cut to. You know, something you can lay back and enjoy the letter C. Get it. Hey.
Hustle all the time, yeah, I ain't hard to find. No, I'm always on the grind with some money on my mind, but I like it. But I like it.
Do you know American Idol still exists?
I learned that about 5 minutes ago,
Yep.
Fred.
There's this cat that played for the Rams for a long time named Ricky Prohl. Played for a bunch of teams. Seattle, played for Carolina. Just a dude. So anyways, he's got this kid, Blake Prohl, who tried to play in the NFL, played for the Vikings, think he got hurt. And he went on American Idol the other day.
How'd he do?
Well, he got the golden ticket.
Hey-o.
Bob, you got that audio?
Yeah, you had my heart a long time ago.
We got a Noah Khan kind
Former
of thing.
NFL player Blake Prohl
I didn't
auditioned
know
for
there
the
was a lady over
22nd
it.
season
That's
of
my bad.
American Idol. Prohl was a wide receiver
from
for the
CNN.
Minnesota Vikings before an injury led him to music.
In case you didn't know.
Prohl brought his grandmother to the audition and earned a golden ticket.
Congratulations.
Not so bad.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be more of the song, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. You know who the judges for American Idol are right now?
No, who?
Katy Perry.
Pretty good.
Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie.
I did know Lionel Richie was there. That I did know.
And they still got old man Ryan Seacrest out there. 22 seasons.
That dude figured it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Because he was coming up at the time that Dick Clark was all but done with everything. He's like, how do I become the next? Because it came down between him and what was that cat's name from MTV? Carson Daly.
Yeah.
Those were like the two guys. And I think Carson Daly might be doing Good Morning America or something. I have no idea. But he ain't doing what Ryan Seacrest is doing.
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest is doing a way easier job and probably making way more money.
I think there's a lot of athletes with celebrity parents. I don't necessarily feel like there's a lot of celebrities with athlete parents. I might be wrong in that thought process.
I couldn't think of any on the top of my head.
No.
The only thing I can think of is like prolific athletes who have kids and then their kids never end up to be even close to what they were. Like the only one that beats their father is Steph Curry.
No, there's a bunch of guys whose like parents had like a cup of coffee in the league or the association or whatever. And they wanted to become really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Klay Thompson. You know, there's guys.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of guys like that. Yeah, but I was as we were talking about this, because I'm sure Ricky Prohl's pumped about his kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, are there a lot of that? Is there a lot of?
I don't think so.
No, I couldn't come up with even a handful. I was like, well, I could Google it. I'll figure it out. But like, no.
Nothing's popping up.
It just doesn't exist like that.
I think they just stay in their niche industries. Like athletes have athletes, singers have singers, actors have actors.
I kind of feel that way. Will Smith has Jalen's.
Yeah. And Willow. Can't forget about her.
It's more Jaden.
So if you want the actual performance.
Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Let's go. This is nice.
I almost said what's on my mind, but I didn't.
Is this an original? Do you know? I have no idea.
I have no idea what song this is.
The other day, I wrote down all the things I'd say.
No, it's not.
But I couldn't.
You familiar?
I know this is sounding familiar.
Just couldn't. One of the things.
I mean, this is a talented dude. Oh, and they're like whispering compliments during. That's nice.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah, there we go. I know this song.
I've heard this part.
Baby, I'm crazy about you.
This is a country song.
Yeah.
And I would be lying if I said.
But it's not country sounding.
Not the way he's doing it.
Even though
this is the sound right now.
I don't know. I don't think music like this does as good as it used to.
Oh, it doesn't?
Like if you put on the radio.
I think I have like this on my Spotify some degree, right? I have like Morning Mountain music or something. This is like a Noah Khan. This is like a
I feel like country, rap, and like pop star music, like Dua Lipa or stuff like that. That's what dominates the tracks. But like 10, 15 years ago, it was music like this.
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, you got the golden ticket.
You're going to Hollywood.
So I now have a rooting interest in American Idol. Is what I'm trying to get to. So let's do, because there's no NFL, we'll do regular American Idol updates on this program.
I love that.
I don't. Up until the time that, what's Prohl's first name? Brian? Blake. Up until Blake is out. So there you go. He's through.
See, me and my family used to watch American Idol back in the day when I was growing up.
When you only had cable.
Yeah. And Randy Jackson was that guy.
I just told this story the other day to someone. American Idol was my example for a lot of years when it was people that didn't want to do anything with their lives, but they want to be distracted from their lives.
Oh, just as a, I don't know if we have to legally do this, but that was from the American Idol show itself.
Oh, we do. Yeah. Good call. I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
Yeah. From ABC.
Thank
American
you,
Idol.
ABC. Aww.
Via YouTube.
Channel 7. I don't know.
Is that what it is here?
I don't know.
I don't have cable. I'm the worst at knowing that kind of stuff.
I only know the sports channels, and that's because of my work. I have to know them.
Yeah. Hey, turn on the Lobo game. We don't get the Mountain West, brother. Sorry.
Is it on Fox Sports 1?
Yeah. If it's not on the CBS Sports Network, man, it's not going to happen.
Lobos were on CBS Maine a couple of weeks ago.
Way to go, kids. They've been busy playing a lot of basketball.
I made it on TV when I went to the Utah State game at the halftime little thing.
What does that mean?
They just they showed me screaming to the camera.
Now hold up. Was it just like a pan of the crowd?
Yeah,
That's sweet.
But it stopped on me.
Why do you don't celebrate that?
Yeah,
and they play just sports adjacent. Women play Wednesday starting at 6:30 pregame.
That is correct.
And men play Wednesday pregame at 7:30.
Ooh,
I'm going to be a very busy person.
Double dipping that night, KNML and KKOB. I was at that WrestleMania press conference in Vegas the other day, Bob.
Yeah.
And all these people are sending me screenshots of me like on TV. And I'm like, guys, I'm 39. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need your screenshots of me on TV. I don't care.
The thrill is gone.
You guys, I didn't even do my hair. Like, it doesn't matter.
You guys had some good fits out there, though. The t-shirt blazer combo, 10 for 10.
I go sweater because I get cold, but yes, it's 10 for 10.
Oh, you were rocking a hoodie?
I've gone hoodie too.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing. When I put on a jacket, I become a turtleneck tough guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out there. I can hang all the way up to my second chin. Stack it out.
I bought a whole new suit for Vegas, and I bought new dress shoes. And that was the worst decision of my life.
They'll kill your feet.
Yeah, they still hurt.
It's about the inserts.
Oh, some Dr. Scholl's.
Bob, I don't know if we have outro music, but there it is.
I got distracted with our.
We were playing. We were playing. What can we do?
Yeah. I'm only 4 minutes late.
You know who's not going to care? Me, whenever we get back in approximately 4 minutes. NFL headlines. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
If you're in the market to buy or service a vehicle, you owe it to yourselves to compare Malloy Los Lunas, offering Ford, Jeep, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles. Visit us online at MalloyLosLunas.com.
Well, traffic right now. All in all, things moving well here in the metro. We do have a couple of slow spots, though. Southbound I-25, as you approach Montgomery, you're going to see some slowdowns. That's going to last until Comanche. Things moving a bit slow, headed west on Paseo as you approach 2nd Street. That'll last until Coors. Westbound I-40s from 2nd Street until Rio Grande, dealing with some slowdowns there. Also, westbound Montano, as you approach the river, traffic moving a little slow there. That'll last until Coors.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with More in the Morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Make yourself at home. Shop in-store or online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Refund season is the time to buy during the tax trade-up event at Capital Ford, where you'll find some of the season's biggest savings on new Fords. And during Ford Truck Month, new 24 Edges come with 0% APR plus $1,000 customer cash, plus $1,500 bonus cash. Or new 23 Explorers with 0% APR plus $750 bonus cash at Capital Ford in Santa Fe. 36 months with approved credit, $27.78 per month for 1,000 finance plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Ends 2/29/24.
KNML AM Albuquerque is the sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station. Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
You want to talk some numbers?
I would love some numbers.
NFL salary cap talk right here.
Let's go.
Also, before we jump into that, you see Nike fired 1,500 more people today?
No.
Yeah. I don't care.
They're kind of going downhill.
I don't know about that. I don't know if they're going downhill, but Nike lays off more than 1,500 people. As CEO says, quote, I ultimately hold myself and my leadership team accountable. Nike CEO John Donahue blamed himself on Friday while saying the company was laying off more than 1,500 people. Cuts that Donahue said would, quote, reignite our growth. I don't know what that means.
That's kind of a weak leadership move.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on me, but we're gonna fire everybody else.
2% of the workforce.
Wow.
So there you go. This cat also bought back a bunch of like stock options very recently. It's always the same thing. You know what I mean?
Time is a flat circle, Fred.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but cool.
Things repeat.
Ah, got it. This has kind of made the trend. In January, so what was that, a couple weeks ago? Mark Zuckerberg laid off a bunch of Facebook, and they coined this, I think this is like a business phrase. I might not be correct. Year of efficiency. It's going to be this thing that people are going to hide behind a lot. Oh, I guess Google just did it too. So there you go.
Yeah, Google let go of a bunch.
12,000 people in 2023. Dang.
One of my buddies was part of that.
See ya. How are you going to find a new job if you can't Google?
Well, we got Bing.
Oh, smart.
Yahoo. Is Yahoo still a search engine?
Ask Jeeves. I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
Oh, there we go.
Because it's owned by AOL.
Who knew? Nike said a plan to cut costs of over $2 billion over the next 3 years as part of a board restructuring plan, saying there's a lot weaker consumer demand. You just said that about shoes.
Yeah.
Why is that market falling off?
Because it's not as cool anymore. Like, the only relevant shoes still are going to be Jordans, but those have kind of like, that trend kind of died. Like, Van is one of the few people I know in my life that still own and wear Jordans, like, religiously.
I have several. I got pairs of 1s. I got some 11s. I mean, that's kind of it.
Like, nowadays, like the popular shoes to wear are like the basic, like $90, like Air Force Ones, the Reeboks.
Oh, I got a bunch of court sides.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's kind of like what's cool now. And then like designer, like luxury shoes are up and up, like Chelsea boots and stuff like that.
I got a bunch of Chelsea boots.
Yeah.
I might be more hip than I think.
You're a lot cooler than
I'm letting on.
Yeah.
Don't let my personality fool you.
You're not that old yet, Fred. You're still kicking.
I'm not young, but my thing is I'm real obsessed with conformity. Like, well, if I can just look like everyone else, like that's easy.
See, I want to look different.
No, you don't. I know you. I know what you look like. You literally just showed me a photo of you looking exactly like a stranger on your phone.
Yeah, he was 30 years older than me.
Well, still. Yeah, I don't know if I understand style. I don't really get any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's like the pea coats and like, stuff like that. That's back in fashion.
One time, Jake said that I looked like the default avatar in a Nintendo Wii game. Is that what you said? I was dressed like?
Yeah.
You look like the default sim.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that mean?
When you boot up your character, man, he's just wearing that generic hoodie.
Yeah.
You're wearing the exact same hoodie that
probably
I said that to you in.
Well, because I don't wear name brands. Like you'll never see me in a thing that's like whatever affiliation. Like I'll wear Two Men On stuff. I'll wear Duke City Championship Wrestling stuff.
You wear your brand.
Yeah, I'll wear my stuff. If the sports animal were to give me something, I would wear it. I don't have any sports animal gear. That's weird.
Yeah.
Is there any?
I don't know. If the morning show were to give me a shirt, I'd wear a morning show shirt. Like I think the opening drive shirt, I'd wear that. Support your friends. I'm into that. But what's Tommy Hilfiger? Is that one? I don't know what a popular one is. What's like a popular one right now? Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, they're back. They're up
back.
and up.
Is K-Swiss back?
No.
Oh, dude, I used to rock K-Swiss shoes. Are they still for sale?
Yeah, probably.
All I know is I've saved a ton of money by not being fashion conscious and going for the name brand stuff.
See, I'm a big name brand guy, but I'm all about comfort. Like I'm not going to wear something like super uncomfortable.
You just told me about your Vegas shoes.
Oh yeah, that was different. I was in Vegas. That was a one-time thing. You're never going to see me. That was a 20-hour trip.
Hey, this is not good radio because I'm showing it to you here, but K-Swiss is making some fire sneakers right now.
Those kind of look like Jordan 14s.
Yeah. I mess with that. Faux leather. Let's go.
Puma's kind of cool nowadays.
Yeah, especially in that soccer world.
Yeah.
Soccer's big. I wear a lot of
Did you see the new Yeezy shoes?
No.
They're socks.
Who's making them?
Kanye.
Yeah, but with what company?
Like, did you see a Super Bowl commercial?
I feel like I did.
Where he literally is just filming himself, and then he put up all these Yeezy shoes online for like $20, and they sold out in like 5 minutes.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, and there's these like new Yeezy shoes that are literally just socks with like a hard bottom on them.
You know what? I bet this isn't out because every article here says Adidas is releasing everything they had in August. So this had to be part of it's all work. You know, everything's a work.
And he also did it because he just released an album.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. It's really good, actually.
That's a shame.
I've been listening.
He doesn't seem like that guy.
Well, Kanye to drop a heater album.
Pod socks.
Yeah, they're literally like socks. And they go all the way up to like your knees. They're like those like copper fit like socks that old men wear.
Cool. They don't look cool.
No, cool. I would never own those. I don't even know where you would wear those. Those would be like a good around the house shoe.
Oh no, bad news. So people are posting reviews of them. They're not good.
No, I wouldn't imagine they are. They're probably super cheap. You don't even get a box. They give you like a cheap nylon bag, and that's what they put them in.
It's all hustle, the whole thing. Sports has got people tricked. But I guess he's not really an athlete, but he was endorsed by athletic brands.
Yeah.
Was he the first non-athlete Nike had ever like worked with?
I think so.
And then that fell off, obviously, and then Adidas, and that obviously fell off.
Yeah, those Kanye Nikes were awesome.
God, he was an idiot. He is an idiot.
Oh yeah. But here's the thing about Kanye, man. The only time he ever starts getting controversial and saying a bunch of crazy stuff is right when an album's about to release.
That's not the thing. That's not a good thing. Like, just don't do that stuff.
He markets through controversy.
No.
He's
not making money.
All the anti-Semitic claims on Kanye and all that. He was the #1 album in Israel.
I don't know enough to know. If you were to do a TV show with Luka and Jokic, I would watch that.
I would watch that too. They need to play together in their career at some point.
They're hilarious.
I just like European basketball players.
Yeah, same.
Because they just don't care. I think the only real competitive European basketball player ever was Dirk.
No, not only.
Who else?
Parker?
Oh, yeah, he's a
Manu.
No, he's from Argentina.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Not from here.
True.
Yeah. See you.
Canada basketball is on the up and up right now. All these cats are Canadian these days.
A lot of them are.
Yeah. SGA, he's Canadian.
Good for him.
Yeah. Oh, Canada.
You know, there's Canadian and then there's Toronto. Like,
oh, yeah,
it's not really.
Toronto is just like
it's the United States.
Buffalo.
It's the United States.
It's the main part of Buffalo.
NFL salary cap whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Ski Santa Fe.
Come carve the freshly groomed powder at Ski Santa Fe. Only 16 miles from the city of Santa Fe awaits a ski experience tailored for you. Relax and unwind at Totternoff's Bar and Grill, offering a great selection of craft brews and live music every Saturday and Sunday. Get your lift tickets, lessons, and rentals at skisantafe.com and start planning your trip today.
Things moving really well here in the metro. Just a little bit of a slowdown westbound on Montano as you approach Coors. I-25 looks good in both directions. 40's moving at the speed as well. Paseo and Alameda, those river crossings are looking good. North of town right now, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Not seeing any problems in either direction.
This report brought to you by Quality by DiLorenzo, Lomas, and Pennsylvania. Save with thousands of dollars cash back or low rate financing at Quality Buick GMC, like up to $4,000 cash back on new Envisions and Enclaves. Quality Buick GMC, Lomas and Pennsylvania Northeast, and QualityDeal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The madness is coming. The madness is coming. Ugh, you guys always ruin this. I was trying to be dramatic. The madness is coming! Oh, wow! Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game.
And it's over! This heavyweight battle is won by
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
As 2024 gets going, you need your office or team outfitted professionally. Graphic Connection has the team to take care of all your apparel and promotional products. They can create your logo or help put your existing logo on thousands of different items. Give them a call at 505-821-2777. That's 505-821-2777. Or visit their website at gcsportswear.com. It's a new year. Get a new look with Graphic Connection.
I was driving home from work.
I got off the bus on my way home from work.
I drive the same way every day.
I get off the same stop every day.
Driving through the intersection.
Walking through the intersection.
I didn't even see her.
I didn't even see him.
Then it was too late. When you're walking.
When you're driving.
Look for me.
Drivers, look for pedestrians. Pedestrians, look for drivers. Sponsored by NMDOT and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
For John's 60th birthday, his family planned to drive down Old Route 66. But the trip took a detour when his wife got sick with RSV. It's a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems and hospitalizations.
This year, we don't want to cancel our plans. We're protecting ourselves with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine.
Abrysvo, a vaccine to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. It's not for everyone and may not protect all who receive it. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had an allergic reaction to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may decrease your response. Most common side effects are tiredness, headache, injection site pain, and muscle pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com.
So don't wait. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, because every breath matters.
For For John's 60th birthday, his family planned to drive down Old Route 66. But the trip took a detour when his wife got sick with RSV. It's a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems and hospitalizations.
This year, we don't want to cancel our plans. We're protecting ourselves with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine.
Abrysvo, a vaccine to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. It's not for everyone and may not protect all who receive it. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had an allergic reaction to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may decrease your response. Most common side effects are tiredness, headache, injection site pain, and muscle pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com.
So don't wait. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, because every breath matters.
Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Wake up with the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Salary cap is poised to be as much as $243 million per team.
Up 32 million from last year.
Isn't that wild?
Last year was, let's see. Oh, no, sorry. 12 million.
Yeah.
I was looking at 2022.
Math's hard. Math is hard.
Well, that's good. It's good for the league.
In 2023, it was 224.8.
Yeah.
And then didn't you start the show complaining about how late the game was starting because of all the ads?
No. This is NFL.
Oh, NFL.
Yeah, NFL.
They do start on time.
So Sport Track has been projecting 242.5. So this is pretty close. Pro Football Talk thinks it'll be closer to 250 million. Thank you, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Every team gets
a little bit of the rub.
$350 million divided by 32. Pretty much, which is great for my Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Because we're in a salary cap deficit.
Salary cap Eras tour.
I would go.
Raise the cap tours. Stupid. Hey, and that's no cap.
Hey, there you go. You're starting to get the lingo.
Gotcha.
Next thing you know, you'll be saying Grizz.
What's that?
It's like spitting game.
It's like what?
Spitting game, flirting, schmoozing, charisma.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, you're a Rizzler.
I'm who?
A Rizzler.
Baby, and I want you to know.
It'll be good though. I'm excited. That's every team can finally keep up with all these quarterback contracts.
Now the Saints are like, how do we waste it?
On nobody.
Taysom Hill's cap number, 15.8 million.
Crazy.
Travis Kelce's, 15.5. Christian McCaffrey's, 14.1. Taysom Hill, making more.
See, you know what NFL guys should just do? They should just make their quarterbacks, if they found their franchise guy, just make half their money just signing bonuses. Just give him the money up front.
Well, he got that contract when they thought he was going to be Drew Brees' replacement at quarterback, but he's a running back tight end.
Too bad it's not Jameis.
Why do you stop pretending like Jameis is good?
He is.
Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the quarterback down there next year.
Nah, Jimmy G's going to I think he's going to the Patriots. I think that's the only move that makes sense.
2-game suspension first.
Yeah, for PEDs.
Shooter.
Really, it's probably just PEDs to keep his good looks going.
I got some numbers here. Evan Ingram made $24 million for the Jaguars over the last 2 years. 1,700 yards and 8 tutties. Pretty good. David Njoku made $25 million for the Browns over the last 2 years. Produced 1,500 yards, 10 tutties. Pretty good. Taysom Hill. You ready?
Hit me.
$20 million.
Okay.
So, okay, that's pretty good. 1,300 yards and 15 tutties. He also threw for 320 yards and 3 tutties. He's in the mix, brother.
That's crazy.
He's in the tight end mix.
And I thought that was all going to die when Sean Payton left. But they're just going to keep throwing him out there.
He's a solid tight end making solid tight end money.
He's a quarterback.
He occasionally does other things.
See, I have a lot.
Okay at that.
I got a lot of beef with Taysom Hill because of fantasy football.
Because somebody else knew.
Yeah, somebody knew that he was starting at quarterback one week, and they were able to put him in at the tight end position. And I tried to veto. I was playing against that team.
Can't veto that.
I tried.
Yeah, they didn't let you.
Yeah. It's either be a quarterback or be a tight end. You can't be both.
You can actually be both. I can give you an example. It's Taysom Hill.
See, I want more players like Julius Peppers when he was at Michigan. Just playing everything. Running back, linebacker, DB, safety. I liked when they did Cordell Patterson. They listed him as J, as the Joker last year.
That's wild.
Yeah, he was like a positionless football player last year who did nothing.
The Bucs had a soft deadline today to get an extension done with Pro Bowl wide receiver Mike Evans.
Yeah, he's not signing there. He's gone.
Then that'd be $7.5 million in dead money for the Bucs. He'll be a free agent.
Yeah, and they're going to re-sign Baker.
Who's he going to throw to?
Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, and whatever scrub else wide receiver that they sign.
Well, that's all Tampa Bay can do, right? They can be, listen, you already won one, brother.
Yeah.
Like, just let us overpay you to stay. We're not going to make the playoffs. We're not going to make a Super Bowl for sure, but you can make a bunch of money. That's what you should do.
Just make it. That's what tanking teams should do. Just put the most illustrious career guys on a team with big egos and make it at least entertaining.
Well, and it's like, what team do you? Because like this is stupid fan talk, but I'll say it. He's going to look weird in a different jersey, but it's who's he going to go to where he's the guy that puts him over the top? What team was close this year that with a wide receiver could have done it? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the worst team in the playoffs when it came to that position of wide receiver was the team that won the Super Bowl.
Crazy.
You put Mike Evans on the Chiefs? Repeat. And the last team to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Mike Evans.
Yeah. With Tom Brady. It would be cool to see that happen. Actually, no. I'd hate it. I'd hate it so much. This is where the fan comes out of me. Because it hurt me. It hurt me watching the Chiefs win again, man. We're just never going to get rid of him.
He has never dropped off. I feel like that's been the predictor for the conversation for is if he would ever drop off. He just has never dropped off.
You know what Patrick Mahomes' average yards for touchdown passes this year was? 2.3 yards.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he only threw 2 touchdowns over 20 yards.
Dang. Mike Evans seems like one of the guys that when he leaves his team, that fan base will be sad.
Oh, yeah.
He is that team.
Well, he's like he's a future Hall of Famer. I think he's the most underrated NFL wide receiver in the game right now, too. He's the most consistent. He's been in the league 10 years, had at least 1,000 yards in every season with onslaught of terrible quarterbacks other than Tom Brady.
Well, Tom Brady was pretty good. The thing that I think is going to hinder him is he should have done more every year because his division was always the worst division. Every year, that was the worst division.
But they got good secondaries. Like, they're not like... The NFC South has decent secondary. The Saints got a good secondary.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
The Falcons are all right. I'm just excited for the NFL draft, man.
3.9 yards, not 2.9. But still.
Close. Because his first year was like 17 yards.
Yeah, and then 13 yards after that.
And then it's just been dipping.
Well, they're winning. Apparently a bunch of NFL owners gambled a bunch in Las Vegas. Big surprise.
A bunch of players were. Everybody, the owners, players. I read something about Anthony Edwards bringing it back to the NBA here. He likes to go out with like $30K and go gamble, and if he loses it all, he just leaves, and he does that like every weekend.
So much money.
That's a lot.
I spent a large part of last week with a gal who was the handler for one of the owners. I'm not going to name any names, but she was telling me like the amount of just waste involved in this thing is ridiculous. So it'd be like, there's VIP lists, everything, right?
Yeah.
So if you call and you're like, hey, owner of this team is interested, more than likely it's going to work out for you.
Yeah.
But they're like, cool, it'll work out for you. But here's the thing, $10,000 to hold your spot and your posse or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And she said, I would book 3 of these a night.
And they don't go to any of them.
Yeah.
Probably.
And they pick one or none. And then, so she was telling me like, I'm like, we're at this party thing. I'm like, hey, are we going to go late? Or we're going to do this thing? And she's like, yes, but I have to step out because I have to FaceTime with the guy that's moving his jet to make sure that it's parked closer to the whatever in case it's raining. And you're like, what kind of life is this?
Yeah, that's such a different realm you will never understand.
I have no idea. And she's like, if it's raining, he doesn't like to travel whatever via covered car from the airport. I'll tell you this guy's name off the air. He doesn't want to travel via and they don't go into the Harry Reid one that we all go.
Yeah,
to.
no.
I got another one. I'm like, this is crazy. This is the craziest stories I ever heard. But they were all there, and I guess they were spending that money in Vegas. And the NFL is like, you might have broke some rules.
A lot of rules.
Here's the thing: the owners make the rules. They're like, gambling's fine if it benefits us. Gambling's not fine if it benefits the player.
And you just can't gamble on the team.
Well, that's not true. So any participant that week wasn't allowed to gamble at all in any capacity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, bad boys of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of clips of like Nick Bosa gambling.
Well, he won't. Not before the game.
Yeah, no.
It's so weird. And obviously the Redskins have been sold, but like, we can really excuse you, pimping out your cheerleaders in foreign countries, but don't get, gosh forbid you gamble while you're in Vegas.
Honestly, I think the Super Bowl should be in Vegas every year.
No, could not handle it.
That's such a great venue. First time ever. It was fun.
Well, and it's too small, number one. But I mean, that's why the ticket prices were so high. In New Orleans, you're going to be able to put 15,000 more people in there. And you used to have that week to build it out because you needed to be like players and coaches, and you go around the local area and you get hype and you don't do that anymore. No, you don't need any of that stuff anymore.
No.
Not since you've been alive. When they started doing the extra week, Bob, 2001, is that when they started doing it? It's been 20 years now. I mean,
my whole life.
That's your whole life.
Yeah. I've never seen a different NFL.
All of your life. It was a Kanye song.
Yeah. All the lights.
Well, I was trying to make it work here. You're a big Kanye guy.
Yeah, dude, he's good. He's a legend.
He's not good.
He's a visionary.
A weird racist.
Well, I separate the artist from the art.
I don't. I got a list of all the free agents for the 2024 offseason. We'll dive into that whenever we get back. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Every year in March, 68 teams come together, all looking for one thing.
Ball fake, 3, buries it.
To be NCAA basketball's top team.
30 seconds, no timeouts.
Catch the madness.
For the win!
Albuquerque's home for the Final Four and every other tournament game. This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Winter is hitting hard and the cold weather makes it easy for dirt, mud, and road salt to stick to your car. It's Jeff Symbieta and my friends over at On the Spot Automotive Detailing can help keep your car clean this winter. You don't have the time? On the Spot Automotive Detailing will do it for you wherever and whenever it's convenient. And when they're done, your car looks, feels, and smells like it's brand new. awarded Best of the City for 2023 because they're reliable, efficient, and the best when it comes to what they do. Book online today. Go to otsdetailing.com.
Refund season is the time to buy during the tax trade-up event at Capital Ford, where you'll find some of the season's biggest savings on new Fords. And during Ford Truck Month, new 24 Edges come with 0% APR plus $1,000 customer cash, plus $1,500 bonus cash. Or new 23 Explorers with 0% APR plus $750 bonus cash at Capital Ford in Santa Fe. 36 months with approved credit, $27.78 per month for 1,000 finance plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Ends 2/29/24.
Introducing the next-gen Acura Integra, featuring an available 6-speed manual transmission, a VTEC turbo engine, and available ELS Studio 3D audio system.
Legendary.
And its most important feature, you. The next-gen Acura Integra. Your turn.
Test drive your new Acura at Montano Acura today. Exit I-25 west on Montano.
For John's 60th birthday, his family planned to drive down Old Route 66. But the trip took a detour when his wife got sick with RSV. It's a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems and hospitalizations.
This year, we don't want to cancel our plans. We're protecting ourselves with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine.
Abrysvo, a vaccine to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. It's not for everyone and may not protect all who receive it. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had an allergic reaction to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may decrease your response. Most common side effects are tiredness, headache, injection site pain, and muscle pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com.
So don't wait. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, because every breath matters.
Searching HVAC near here.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
Wow, nobody local? Huh.
Wait, what? We are an HVAC company literally in your neighborhood. Why is she not seeing us?
Just all the big chains. Well, it is what it is.
What in the... Can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local HVAC providers. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
When Cynthia came to TurboTax, she just launched her new side gig, a true crime podcast.
I'm a first-rate detective with a golden voice.
As her TurboTax expert, I made her second income count by guaranteeing 100% accurate filing and her maximum refund.
What did she do with that refund? Find out next week.
Switch to Intuit TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Don't just friggin' sit there. Get in the game right now at 888-922-0610.
Got a good President's Day episode.
One of the greatest holidays in this country.
Okay. That's sure.
Do you know who the first president to have a PhD was?
The first president to have a PhD. I'm just going to play the odds and say Roosevelt.
Woodrow Wilson.
Ah, good one.
Yeah.
I was going to go with Carter because he was a nuclear engineer.
Oh, good one too. Well, probably had one. Wasn't the first though. My dad went to Woodrow Wilson Middle School.
Go Wilsonites.
Yeah. Go Willies.
Go Woodies.
We both had the same joke. The first president to visit all 50 states while in office was the 37th president, Richard Nixon.
Really?
also went to China.
It's been done since by Bill Clinton, George H.W., and Barack Obama.
Oh, really?
There you go.
You would think more guys would do that.
You think once the expectation is set, you get it.
Ulysses, yeah, I can't
Ulysses,
say.
yeah,
Ulysses
that's fine.
S. Grant smoked 20 cigars a day,
That's too many.
which is probably what led him to die of lung or throat cancer.
Oh, did he have throat cancer?
Yeah. Probably because of 20 cigars. a
One
day.
would assume.
Yeah. He was also just drunk all the time.
The president's office is known as the Oval Office because of its unique shape. So, who was the first president to use the Oval Office?
Jefferson?
Nope.
Adams?
William Howard Taft, 1909.
Wow.
Well, because we've had 3 different Capitol buildings, right? Or
So that's where it gets interesting, right? Because we're talking about Philadelphia.
Philly, there's New York, and DC.
Yeah, and then a temporary time when it wasn't in DC. So, I mean, yes, you're correct.
Yeah. Because in Philly, it burnt down, right?
No, that was 1812 war with Britain.
Yeah, it
they
was
burned
New-
it down.
It was New York. No, it was Philadelphia. Or the DC was attacked.
I thought they burned it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Burned down the White House. So
Was it called the White House at that time? Might have just been the Capitol building. That's what I'm saying. It's also confusing. President John Tyler is the president who had the most children.
Yeah.
How many did he have?
20.
I just saw it, so 15.
The answer is 15.
Okay, so
That's
I was
a
off
lot.
by 5.
He was also the first president to ever get married while serving as president. He married his second wife, Julia Gardner, in 1844, which was near the end of his term as the 10th American president. So that's a fun one.
Oh, this is a good Gerald Ford one.
All right.
The only president whose 2 assassination attempts against him were made by women.
That's hot.
That is. I wonder what he said.
Calm down.
Don't make me tell you twice. Which president was known as the father of the Constitution?
Thomas Jefferson.
Nope.
Madison.
James Madison.
James Madison.
Yeah, there you go.
How did this turn into a trivia contest?
Because it's President's Day. If we don't, who will?
Okay.
Do you know who the first U.S. president to be born in the United States was?
I don't. I should.
Martin Van Buren.
Ah, good one.
Yeah.
Where was he born? Massachusetts?
Doesn't say.
That's right.
And I noticed Van is not here today.
Van's not here. He's born in Kinderhook, New York. Kinderhook, New York.
That's where the term "okay" comes from.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would shake hands as like a club, and they'd be like, "This guy's okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those things got shortened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And now we just speak like idiots.
Now this one you guys should get, okay? Who's the first president to appear on television?
JFK.
Roosevelt.
FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
They had TVs back then.
Yes.
1939. Yeah, they had TVs.
I know they had like movies
Come
and stuff,
on.
but
And they were small and inconvenient, and you had to sit up really close to them, but they did have them.
Who was the first president to send an email?
Bill Clinton.
It is Bill Clinton. That was correct. Who did he send it to?
Monica.
No.
This was a super famed thing. He sent it to John Glenn, who was in space at the time.
That's cool.
That's wild.
That's taking it to the limit.
I would save that email address. Bill@whitehouse.gov.
Yeah, you're keeping that AOL. I like this one. Zachary Taylor did not cast the vote until the age of 62.
Forget it, he said.
Yeah. He said, the only vote I'm voting for is for myself.
Who's the oldest person ever elected president?
Biden?
It's Joe Biden. Hey, he's too old. Can we shoot that one real straight?
They both are.
Everyone's too old.
Well, it's not the chronological age, it's the mental age.
Both of them. But also, I don't want Nikki Haley. She seems like an idiot too. I don't know what to do here.
We're just going to keep on living our lives, Fred.
JFK was only 43 when he was inaugurated as president in 1961.
Was he the youngest?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, why can't we go back on that trend?
Biden became a senator when he was 30.
Term limits.
Anything limits.
That's 50 years.
What are you doing professionally for the next rest of your life? Oh, just become the president, whatever. So wild. First president born outside the original 13 colonies, Abraham Lincoln.
Where was he born?
He was born in Kentucky, but this is an interesting one. So he's born in Kentucky, but moved to Illinois very young. So Illinois' state motto is the land of Lincoln.
But so they're liars.
Well, some might say.
Oh, wow. Kentucky should make an appeal.
To who?
Illinois.
Hey, give us our guy back. What's Kentucky's state motto? Bluegrass state? That sounds right.
Yeah, probably.
That's one of the weirdest ones of all the ones. NFL free agency whenever we get back. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Your Lobo men's basketball team has a 2-game homestand in late February as New Mexico hosts Colorado State February 21st at 8 p.m. and Air Force February 24th at 2 p.m.
Go look Nelly for the two-hand flush.
Go to golobos.com/ticket to be a part of the action and excitement in the pit. That's Wednesday, February 21st versus Colorado State, and Saturday, February 24th versus Air Force. Go Lobos!
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, bring it on. Been there, done that. We've got your back without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey.
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Gotta be kidding me, dude.
Jim Rowe.
Dude, don't make me block you. Don't be the first.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Banger of a program today. Big thank you to Bob Walpo stepping up. Bob, just open up all your Mondays for the remainder of the year. Just trust me.
All right.
Amory don't work on no Mondays.
I'll be here too, Bob. It'll be great.
We'll have a good time.
Jake Cassio hitting the heavy bar today. Thanks for all the lifting, brother.
Yeah, of course, man. You know, I stretched before I came.
Got the top 200 wide receivers here. Free agents.
You on a PFF?
Yeah. Start with the top 10. This L'Jarius Sneed of the Chiefs Win a chip, get paid. That's how it works. That is exactly how it works.
Probably won't stay with KC though. They don't got a lot of money.
No. Go. Take the money and go. You're already done.
Yeah, you got a ring.
Yep. Go get all the money.
I think he has 2 now.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson, the Chicago Bears. This is a tough one for him. He's not going to make that much money.
No.
No.
If he had gotten traded, I think he could have. Because they were going to trade him last year, and then it just all fell through.
Well, injuries.
Yeah.
So he had a big year in 2022. Just didn't do it in 2023. So it's not going to play well for him. I think it will play well for Antoine Winfield Jr. and the Buccaneers.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He is a get in the box, line up against the slot guy, not afraid to drop to the middle of the field on passing downs. Every football team is better if he is there, number 1 against the run, but number 2, he's top quarter of defenders pass wise. Pay money for him, win games.
Yeah, I think he'll stay with Tampa.
Good.
Yeah. Christian Wilkins next up for the Miami Dolphins. Great D lineman.
Feel like he's hurt.
He does get hurt a lot. He's been hurt the last 2 years. I could see him getting franchise tagged.
Same. And if you can pressure from the interior, you're good. That's what you want defensively, because then you can get creative with your outside guys. I talk about how stupid zone blocking is all this time. I think it's about done at this point, but cool. I don't know who this cat is with the Ravens. This Justin
Madubuike.
Yeah, is he pretty good?
He's not bad. He's probably the 3rd best guy on their D line.
He's had at least half a sack in 13 of his 17 games last year. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get paid, but he'll make more than we are.
Yeah. I really like Brian Burns with the Panthers. If you're going to have an edge guy, you want a guy that can kind of do the hand down, hand up thing.
I could see him going to the Vikings because Danielle Hunter is going to go bye-bye. They got to get a replacement.
Yeah. Well, and I think the Chiefs are going to lose the number 1 free agent, Chris Jones.
I don't. Why would he?
We'll get to that when we get to that. T. Higgins of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Gone.
Gotta be. And he's going to go to, I can already tell you this, the Chargers.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. Fill that one out offensively.
Bring Mike Williams down to wide receiver 2 or 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that move a lot.
And I think it's going to be a no-brainer. Just do it.
And it's top free agent comparisons, Mike Williams too.
If the Buffalo Bills know anything.
Oh, I know.
If they know anything about marketing, if they know anything about winning games, the defensive end, Josh Allen from the Jacksonville Jaguars, needs to suit up in Buffalo.
100%. And also Jacksonville, Josh Allen has had Josh Allen's number for as long as they've been playing against each other. Oh, yeah. There was the Josh Allen game 3 years ago where Josh Allen on the Jaguars dominated against Buffalo Josh Allen. It only makes sense. Get your worst enemy on their own team.
Give him number 71.
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I love that.
Sell jerseys, make money.
Yeah. That's what Buffalo needs.
I read a weird rumor that said Kirk Cousins was going to go to the 49ers, and he's the 2nd best free agent who's available.
That's out of pocket.
I'm just telling you what I read. If he hadn't have lost that Achilles the way that the time that he did, it'd have been a different end of the season, possibly postseason looking thing.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to figure it out.
He was right there. And they had a roster built around him for that.
He is hey, I'm at the end of the career. If you need someone right here, right now to help you finish it out. Reminds me of what was the cat that went to the Colts?
Phillip Rivers or Matt Ryan?
Yeah, both.
Both. Yeah.
That thing.
And both of those guys were just average mid quarterbacks. Just exactly like Kirko.
And you think the Chiefs hold on to Chris Jones?
1,000%. They have to. And I think Chris Jones wants to stay there too. He'll probably get like a 3-year deal, probably upwards of $50 million.
A tag would be $33 million for the year if they tagged him again.
That's the smarter move.
Dang.
Because
you could go look for trades.
Yeah, and he's getting up there in age too.
He's one of the best ones to ever do it interior wise. Aaron Donald's one of those. Trying to think of other dudes that really just tore gravel. John Randall.
Terrell Suggs.
Not from the interior, though. He did it from the outside.
Yeah.
And Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Albert Hainsworth. There were a couple guys that just really from the interior could do it special. And he's one of those all-time guys.
Yeah, he's also the most coherent Jones brother.
Not trying to get all weird, but he's like a 5 technique guy. That's stupid football talk, but that means you can
do it all.
Yeah, you can go to either the left or the right of the center. Or you can go right over the top of him.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
All it means. But I mean, he's real good at it for a long time.
Yeah, and he'll still continue to dominate. He's got at least 1 or 2 more good years. And I think if the Chiefs do want to go for the 3-peat, they got to have him on the roster.
Outside of the top 10 is number 11, Michael Pittman Jr. I think Michael Pittman Jr. could be wide receiver 2 on teams that win a lot of games. And if he has to be wide receiver 1, it's going to be on a team that struggles. He feels like a fit for the you don't have to pay income tax Houston Texans.
Yeah.
That would be
a great move.
A very smart move.
Or I could also, depending on what happens with A.J. Brown, I could see him maybe going to Philly if the A.J. Brown Philly breakup happens.
Okay. Hey, gosh, that's not the offense for him though. He seems like a guy who wants the ball on the outside.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia is like
and they already got Devontae on the out.
Yeah, we do weird stuff with our running backs, and we don't even try to get first downs on third down. We just try to get to where we can sneak the ball. Like I don't know. Also, when I say I don't know, what I do know is there are certain states where you don't have to pay income tax. Like Pennsylvania is not one of them.
No, you pay a lot of tax there.
We talked about Mike Evans a little bit ago. He reminds me a little bit of Devontae Adams whenever he was leaving Green Bay. Like you didn't think it would happen. Ended up with the Raiders, got a bunch of money. If you were to put him in Oakland, which is now LA, which is now Las Vegas,
that would be a dangerous combo.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have anybody throwing the ball to him unless they draft somebody. Because Aiden O'Connell is the starter right now. Who?
Yeah. Kirk Cousins. Call him.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. He could also go to Dallas. I think he would do well in Dallas.
I could see Mike Evans going to the Jets.
Throw him the damn ball.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers wants somebody. Put Garrett Wilson at wide receiver 2. Mike Evans would be wide receiver 2. It's not a bad fit.
Hollywood Brown will go to the Jaguars. I promise you that. So he's going to do just like Christian Kirk did.
Or Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, different circumstances.
Marquise Brown sucks.
You think he sucks?
He's not that good.
I think he can play a little bit.
He just also hasn't had like very good like passing quarterbacks. Like,
well, and Calvin Ridley, he's the free agent now. So
yeah,
I mean, it'll open up.
Someone's going to take a gamble on him.
Bob, you had a heck of a day producing the show. Thank you so very much.
Oh, it's been fun. It has.
Remember when the music didn't work, but you figured it out? That was the highlight of the day.
Yeah, it was. Let's go, Bob.
It was nice that Van wasn't here.
I'll send him that clip.
Jake, final words?
Hi, Mom. And glad to be back.
Hi, Mom was a good one. Happy President's Day, everyone. Good job, everyone. GG.
Bye-bye.